And This Just Might Work podcast, episode 51.
Pause.
But it's recording.
But I can edit this.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's here. Give me a clap, Dilly.
Like with my ass or my hands?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right.
Fucking hate
I'll
this.
be able to figure it out.
Maybe if I put it under my
Here we
scrotum.
are. We're live.
Oh.
Unbelievable. And it's
Been so-
recording.
It's been a while.
Welcome, YouTube, to the podcast. We definitely have to introduce ourselves to the video listeners and watchers.
This is pretty cool.
Episode
Iconic.
51, Season 2. Dilly, we made it. Can you believe it?
Season 2. That is how many episodes? 50.
50, and now
One.
it's 51.
Crazy.
It's crazy how we made it. So, I'm Tanner. Sitting across from me is
Male, and we got Pharaoh in the corner.
Farrell.
Oh, we got Pharaoh. Say what's up to
He's just
Pharaoh.
creeping in the video.
Oh, my God.
You can't hear him because we got... What? Yes. Just put it out there. We got to put it out there. Appreciate you.
It's a
All
sneaky
right.
man.
I told him to
that
make
guy.
a guest appearance, and he didn't fucking disappoint. All right, and
He'll
to my
climb
right...
through your window if you're not careful. Go ahead. Oh, I'm Dilly.
There he
I'm
is.
Dilly.
All right.
That just has to be how he's introduced, so
Christ.
he just does so
I'm
well
Dilly.
at it.
Yeah, Tanner's stupid.
All right.
But here we are.
Okay.
Yep.
Episode 52, we made it. The recording looks
51.
good. We'll work on the whole video. We just
51,
want to
not
get it done
52.
and get it going. You know what I mean?
51, not
51.
Episode 51. You know we had to get it going. So here we are. Hey, I thought I did a pretty good job on intro.
That was pretty solid.
Yeah.
That was pretty solid.
So who knows? Episode 52 might look a little different just because we're going to have to do it earlier in the day. This room, it's a sunroom. It's great audio-wise. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What was it? He says yeah with the mic around his ear. Professional podcaster. this guy.
Professional.
So
Okay.
well, it might just look a little different, but I think it'll be a good way for us to test how good or bad it looks with the daytime lighting.
Yeah.
Because I'm not too impressed with it here, so we'll see what happens. But
Little
it's
test
been
run.
a couple weeks for us since we recorded.
Yep.
It's been
Yep.
about a week and a half for the listeners as well that has been listening.
Yep.
Pod's been doing all right. I've been checking the downloads and stuff. Last ones did like 10, which is like, it's okay.
It's all right, though. We got people
Yeah, it's
returning.
kind of hard to just measure just because, like, people will go back and listen to, like, some, like, episode 17 or something like that. So, like,
Right.
we look at, like, the 30-day thing, and it's like 185 listens in the past 30 days, and you're like, oh, that's sweet. That's great.
Right.
But you look at the most recent 3, and they're, like, not even above 15.
Although episode 49, 2 episodes ago, it's at 26 downloads right now. So
Yeah.
26.
not too
Whatever
bad.
the fuck we did on that one did good.
Pop.
And it's funny because the last one is actually good audio quality. So
Yeah.
it's all right.
It's all right. It's
Who
good.
knows? Maybe
itself
it's
out.
just a slow burner, and it'll be good fucking soon.
Who knows?
And we get some-
episode 51 could be our big bongo. You know what I mean?
Big bango bongo, baby.
So we'll see how
Yo.
it goes.
Yeah.
But I think we could just kind of
Got a visual.
summarize the podcast to the new video listeners and watchers. I don't know. We shoot the shit. It's just typical fucking boys podcast where we just fuck around, Dilly buy shitty drinks, and we drink them, and we
Yeah.
talk about them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so we talk about that, but we're
Yeah.
also really into like finance and real estate and stuff. So we talk about that stuff. So if you're interested and you think we're not that stupid but a little bit funny, this might be the podcast for you. So
Just might be.
Yep.
this just might work for you. It's unbelievable. So here we are, Dilly. It is his turn. It couldn't be a better person to kick off
Yeah.
the new
good.
season.
I don't know whoever did the first drink for the pod. It
Great question.
might have been me.
Yeah,
with
I
if
think
I
it
were to
was.
bet money on it, I would say you.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should bet right now of what the drink was, and if anybody can get it right,
I
maybe
think
Look
it-
back at it.
I'm pretty sure it was my.
Was it the
it was-
Mississippi? No.
No, I
not
think
the
it was-
mud.
It had to have been like. Must have been something like my river float drink, like the sweet tea.
oh, that's
You know
a good
what?
shout.
That
whiskey.
might-
That's a good shout. Shit,
Was
I
it-
don't think I'm gonna get it right. I have no idea what to guess actually after
It might
that.
have been that. If it
Either
was,
that or Idawine.
ooh, I had a
It might.
peach.
I had a peach.
I don't know. I think that was like first 5.
Yeah,
maybe
that was
first
an early
3.
one, but I don't think that was the.
I don't think it was the
one.
first one. It's a good shout, but I think that
Yeah.
one is the best shout. Yours. I think you're right, honestly.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
With the country jam drink? Is that where
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
from?
country jam
Yeah.
drink.
Oh yeah.
Classic. All right, so without
Ye-
further ado, this just looks so good. $20 in a bottle. It's got to be
It's the
delicious.
best. It's value in a bottle, baby.
It's
So,
$20.
what was your mindset? Here, if you want to grab that opener, I have never opened a bottle with that. I've always done traditional.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if Dilly can use that.
Might be a twist off.
It's not a twist off.
I was just waiting for you guys to catch that. So,
It should be easier for Dilly with that.
I'll explain the drink. So,
So is it a brandy or is it a wine?
it's a wine. It's a
Kind of brown like a brandy.
Explain.
So, in Idaho, I was told that huckleberry is huge here. I did not know that.
That's fact. He's not.
Is it-
He ain't
is it
capping on
huge?
that. That's facts.
I did not know that, and it was the craziest thing. I was told
At my
that.
work, we got that shit's in everything.
Really, huckleberry. I've heard
crazy.
this. Massive. So, at my job, I had somebody tell me about that all day. They're like, "Oh, huckleberry, Idaho, huckleberry," and I was like, "All right." And so I go to get a drink, and I've never seen a huckleberry wine, and there, behold, it was.
I've never even seen an actual huckleberry in the wild.
Me either. I don't even know what it is.
I can't even. Is that? That must be what it looks like.
Is it like
Like
a
a
blueberry,
grape?
but it's like
Like a
off?
grape?
It's like a blueberry grape.
I'm gonna Google it.
Let's
Huckleberry,
Google
we'll
it.
check it out.
We're an educational podcast, so.
So, but apparently it's really good. And so I saw this, and it was actually one of the first I saw, and I went, "Oh my god!" I was just talking about this today. I was like, "I have to get it." It's crazy because I've never seen it anywhere, and then all of a sudden there it was, boom. And so
Oh yeah, it looks like blueberries.
Does it really?
it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll put a.
It's like
I'll put
GMO blueberries.
I'll put a picture on the edit.
Huckleberry. Y'all heard of
Yeah.
Huckleberry fan?
Huckleberry Bane.
Not a book.
So
Is that something?
so I can't. We're gonna go first impressions, Dilly,
I'm gonna
on this
open it.
wine. Male, hand the bottle over to the gentleman across from you. No, hand the bottle over to the gentleman.
All right.
Oh, I'm opening it?
No, I just want you to look at it, get first impressions before he opens it.
Oh, okay. As we move forward, we definitely need to move seating arrangements around because I already can tell you look away from the camera when you look at Dilly. Anywho.
Well, how else would it be set up?
Kind of just like a stage, like all of us kind of facing towards the camera, so
True.
Dilly would be in the center maybe.
True.
Oh, I see.
Good
I
idea.
see.
I think we might need different seats. I think we should
Yeah,
look into that.
but
But
that's the future.
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Huckleberry and honey wine.
I really don't know what to expect with the
Well,
flavor.
honey wine is also a nickname for mead, and mead is awesome. Oh, it says mead. Oh,
Oh, is it? So
I'm
it's a
stupid.
mead.
Oh, yeah, you
Huckleberry?
didn't buy wine. You bought mead. Okay, now I'm excited because
Uh-oh.
I really love mead.
Explain to us mead.
So mead is Nordic, and
Ooh.
so Viking shit. And it's like it's theorized that it's like one of the oldest. I'll hand this off to Tanner now so he can.
Let me look at it.
It's like theorized that it's one of the oldest alcohols ever because it's the simplest alcohol.
Interesting. Okay.
Like one of the simplest. So it's literally a shit ton of honey, water, and yeast, and then you're done.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and then
Really?
it ferments for like a year.
I can't. So
Really? That's good?
label wise, doesn't look like doesn't take your fucking socks.
Yeah, they didn't try. I think
That's-
they printed
that's
it
fine.
out. It
I
looks.
could have fucking
That's fine.
made that in fucking Word. You know what I
That's
mean?
fine.
It does. It does. Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
Yeah,
I think it's
but
simple.
Mead
Simplicity.
is exciting. Like it's like tons of people. I want to start like
Alright, go ahead,
making
try
mead.
opening
Like
that.
it's one of the most popular like craft things you can do. Like micro, just like fermentations or whatever you can do at home and kind of thing.
Okay.
Because it's so easy. And like it's literally just like the yeast and the honey, and you let that sit in a barrel or in a bucket for like an enclosed bucket for like 2 months or something
Yeah,
in your
okay.
closet, and then
Jeez.
and now it's alcohol.
Right.
So now it's kind of harsh, and then you just let it sit in a bottle, not fermenting. You take away the yeast, and you let it sit there for like a year, and that smooths it out. And it's just
Interesting.
honey, which,
Right.
and so they call it honey wine because like wine, you get the sugars.
I'm watching this. You're doing this shit? Oh, you need me to help.
You get sugars from good form dill.
You go turn more. Okay. Pour that shit.
Oh yes, good form, boy.
Ooh. All right. Grab the whole Johnson. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, look at
Good
that.
stuff.
All right, try to
Bobbity.
rip that shit off.
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh.
honey wine because wine's
What?
literally just
I can smell it.
okay.
Well,
Great.
take that off first, then you can smell it.
Yeah, so it's just fermenting, just like how wine is, just grapes and yeast
Okay.
fermenting. So that's why they call
Makes
it
sense.
that. And yeah, so they think it's like one of the oldest alcohols ever.
That would make sense, right?
Because it's literally easier than grapes. Like they didn't have to figure out like, oh, mash the grapes and this and that and blah blah blah. They were just like honey, water, yeast, done.
Right.
Moving
That's
on.
it.
And then
Wow.
like whenever you're in the bottling or you're in like the fermenting thing,
Right.
you can add stuff like this one obviously added huckleberry. You can add like strawberries or whatever. So then it's like
Dang.
a strawberry mead or a huckleberry mead or a whatever mead. So it's super dumb fuck simple. Like
Well,
you
now-
go to any craft beer place.
No
Like there's
kidding.
one in Boise that I want to go to really bad
Okay.
and get stuff so
We'll
I
have to
can
go.
make mead myself.
It's an interesting color
Yeah.
too. Like it's not white wine. It's not super light.
Yeah,
It's not
it
super
does.
dark.
Right, but that's kind of what Mail was asking at the beginning. We ended up figuring it out, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad I had
Because
you look
you
at the bottle.
Yeah, you didn't
Now we
buy.
got a whole history lesson, Dilly. I hope
We
you
did.
were listening.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
I-
didn't
There's going to be
buy-
a test
Oh,
at the end of the
listening,
podcast.
yeah.
So
so
good
go
job,
ahead.
Dilly. You broke your habit and you didn't buy wine. You bought mead.
He wasn't trying to break the habit, but hey, here we are.
Here we are.
It does say wine on there, but
Yeah.
I think
Um,
it's just bullshit.
Dilly, how
Like
about
I
you
s-
serve us up?
But
Oh,
like
my
I was
fault.
saying, it says honey wine, and that's a nickname.
serve me up
for
there. Serve me up there.
Mead.
You don't have to mute yourself.
Mead is a
It makes
honey
like a
wine.
loud
That's the
clicking
nickname.
noise.
Is honey
Did
wine.
you hear that? Yeah.
That pop.
No pop actually.
Well, it's better than having the microphone just rub up against a couch.
I think yes, I agree.
So if this is really good mead, this is gonna like sneak up on your butthole and fucking slam your asshole without you realizing it.
At the end of the night,
So it loosens you up.
Well, no, it's like you drink it and you're like, ooh, that's juice, and then you're drunk as
I
fuck.
see.
Oh.
I'm
20
fucking
minutes later.
down.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Don't let the fucking mics get this. No. That was beautiful.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Let's see how Dilly did.
I'm getting smells first. I'm getting smells.
Smells first.
Not
Smells
too
first.
bad. Very huckleberry, if you believe it or not.
I don't know what a huckleberry smells like.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Me either.
It kind of just smells like normal wine.
It smells like normal wine and juice. It smells
Yeah.
a little juicy.
Kind of like a boxed wine.
Yeah, honestly. The label kind of makes sense.
From Idaho.
Yep, that's good mead. That's mead. I like it.
Wow.
Oh, Dilly's losing it.
I enjoy that.
It's
Wow.
decent. It's decent. The flavor's good. I
Yeah.
like the honey. The honey does taste good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
How much was this bottle, Dilly?
It was $21.
And he got it at Albertsons
I did indeed.
because he ran out of time and the liquor store was already closed.
I did indeed. Yes.
Shocker.
Because he didn't plan, even though we had 3 days extra to record this episode.
Yeah, because we normally record on Sundays, but
Today's Wednesday.
I was in Colorado because family event happened, so I had to run down to Colorado, so we weren't able to record on a Sunday.
Life happens, so we
Yep.
start off the season a little delayed, but we're pushing out the content no matter what, baby.
This
We're
is
putting it
amazing.
out, and we're going on Sunday too. So look alive for the episode 52.
Yep.
Comes out on Monday, but we're recording on Sunday.
Yup.
This is really good.
But this one will be out for Thursday for you guys. I'm gonna put it out and edit everything in the morning. So
Yup.
and then Monday morning you'll get another one.
Mead.
So it's
So
not
you
too
like
bad.
mead, Dilly?
It's better than
It's
that
really
first
good.
wine.
Yes.
What was the
We-
other one you got?
That's shitty.
Freak Show?
Not,
Freak Show
not
was a
that one. That one was the worst. That's
The
so
pear
bad.
wine?
easily his worst drink
It's
ever.
shit.
His pear wine?
Was that his?
Yeah, every wine was his wine.
Yeah, we're trying
No,
wines.
you had the Idaho one.
Oh yeah,
The
I
peach.
had a peach wine.
That's probably that's tops. That's the best. The Ida Peach.
Yeah, you
This is
brought
good.
you had this Freak Show wine, you had pear wine, and then you had like
Oh, he had the white wine. Or was that the peach?
no.
The white wine was stupid. I remember. I
he
think I
had-
got white wine.
He
at
bought
work
one that
remember.
was like $44, but he got it on sale for $17,
Oh yeah,
and that one was okay.
it was not bad. But it.
But that was actual red wine, I think.
And to be honest, like, I mean, I prefer, of course, more like sweet wines. But what's interesting
You're a
about
sweet
this?
boy.
Mm-hmm. Is it's
Fucking
not
take
wine?
it easy.
How much alcohol?
So, I think it's a
12%,
lot.
12%.
12. I could get a little slammeroni on this. I think I could get.
Yeah,
That's what Mel was saying at the beginning.
Yeah,
12%.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting because it's not sweet like sugary because of course it's honey. It's like a different sweet. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Kind of. It's like sweet, but it's not too sweet.
Man's fucking tasting it like it's mouthwash. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Do it. It changes it.
can't be good for your teeth, dude.
Try it, Dilly.
Need another cavity.
No,
I already
do
got
it.
a couple.
Mouthwash it. It like spices up your tongue.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel like my teeth are gonna fall out.
Yeah, you guys didn't know to do that? You do that with wine too.
More you know. This is an educational
actually-
podcast if you guys don't know already. Educational. This guy. History
It's
lessons
interesting.
from this guy across from me.
Yeah. I like history.
No shit. So what should we dive into first? Because there's a couple things. I think we'll go into the last half of the episode. We'll go into like our business stuff. But
Yeah.
for now, I think this would be a great opportunity. You know what? Before we go into what I was about to say, let's talk about how shitty Dilly is at fucking dishes.
Dude, you
Right.
know what? You want to settle this?
Yeah, you guys were getting pretty emotional, and I went.
He
I had
stopped
to, like,
us.
Splash my hands in your faces like dogs.
We
Tell you to stop
we
fighting
were-
and save that energy for the pod.
Right, we were eating before we recorded, and yeah,
Yep.
I bickered at Dilly because he's a fucking dog when he fucking
Yeah.
tries to
At least I
clean
don't look
after
like
himself.
one, buddy.
Ooh,
Alright,
got
fucking-
him.
So I'll be as fair as I can be.
And I likewise.
So this morning,
This morning.
I
Well, we need backstory. Hold on.
oh,
Let me
man,
set up the
dude.
scene.
You're gonna give me my history, huh?
No,
Or what?
no, I'm not even, because that's a long road of 50 episodes before this. But literally yesterday we did all the dishes.
Yeah,
We
good for
set
you.
like five dishes in the dishwasher.
It's good.
So the dishwasher's empty, but it's dirty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in the sink.
No.
There's nothing in the
None.
fucking sink.
Clean as a whistle.
Guess what? We wake up 2 in the morning. Dishes in
the
the
sink.
fucking sink. Why
That
is
one I messed up on.
Why is that one, Dilly? Why
That
is
one I honestly didn't even look at the dishwasher in that
Well,
one.
see, that's your issue.
That one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, so
So what you did? Like you used like 6 dishes when you were getting ready for work, and you
It
were
wasn't
eating
that
breakfast
many.
or something.
It wasn't that many. It was like a bowl and a fucking plate. That's it.
but I just didn't
the-
look.
But
it
it's
was
the
the principle.
principle.
It's
Okay.
thank
The-
you.
The principle.
Thank you. There's nothing in the dishwasher. We did all the work the night before.
Okay.
It's set up for the day.
Uh huh.
You know, it's empty, little few things in there, but it's dirty. It's ready to put shit in there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's shit in the fucking sink for no reason.
That one I messed up on. That one I just didn't pay attention. I was eating, put it in the sink. It's just habit, whatever.
I should be fucking thankful, because usually it's sitting right fucking on this table. You had like 4
I
bowls
did-
one time stacked up on this.
I did. I'm a different person though. You notice I've been taking them actually, and I'm
I
putting them
have.
in the sink though. I'm almost
Right.
in the dishwasher, but
That's step 1.
putting them, taking them at least
Fair
out of
enough.
this room.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, I haven't seen a bowl that has like concrete hardened ketchup and fucking dry
Ancient.
You should have seen the fucking what was
dry
that,
ice
quesadilla you made.
cream.
He made a quesadilla. He fucking poured salsa over the top of it. He microwaved a quesadilla and poured salsa over the top of it.
What, dude?
Ate it with a fucking fork. It was the most horrendous thing I've ever seen in my
What
life.
do you mean?
It was good
What do you
salsa. Yeah.
No.
It was
you
like
should
a
have
picture.
seen the look of this fucking
It's
thing.
like a burrito, but it's flat.
It
Just
looked
think of that.
like it got
the same
fucking
thing.
murdered. It looked like roadkill. Are you kidding me?
It was all about, there was good salsa actually.
No, that
It-
can't be good for you.
It
that
fucking
that
opened up
meal.
my asshole. I will
That,
say
I
the
was
next day.
saying you, that might have not looked like roadkill, but I know whatever came out of your ass did.
100%
Dude, you
I
just had,
violated
like,
the toilet.
Fermented guts or something.
I definitely woke up in the morning with a rush it was lots of pressure on my anus and
Tell us more.
From Big
Definitely
Mike and
needed-
the boys.
No.
trying to punch in.
everything wanted to escape. It was like El Chapo was leaning against my sphincter and just fucking released.
Punching his dick
That's
straight
right.
in your
That's
ass.
an edit.
And
That's a clip.
right when I freaking released, I'll tell you what, it was like the Hoover Dam fucking and then
You know what I mean?
opened
I don't
up.
think I've ever heard someone explain their asshole
That was-
opening up for a shit going,
Well, that's the sigh of relief when you realize you've survived the worst.
survived all the pain.
You've gotten.
My puckered butthole went.
It's a relief.
So
So
yeah, okay. Essentially, I was right about the dishes. So now we can move
yeah,
on.
and then Tanner's wrong about everything else. Go ahead.
So you went to Miami.
So Dilly went to Miami.
Talk about this.
That's why we had to pre-record episode 50, right?
Yep. Episode 50.
That's why it's been it's been 2 weeks for us. A little over 2.5 weeks, almost.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because we scrambled because normally whenever something happens, like sometimes shit happens like this past Sunday where it's like didn't plan for it, could not have planned for it. So like you just have to kind of bite the bullet on that shit.
Right.
There's other times where it's like a vacation to Miami where you're just like, okay, this has been in the books for 4 months. We can plan around this and plan to do a podcast on a different day so we don't miss this. And so we're like talking in our group chat, like, okay, next pod, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And Dilly just hits the bomb and he goes, oh, I'm not going to be able to, we can't do the podcast Sunday because I'm going to be on vacation. We both go, excuse the fuck, what? And he goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to be in Florida, so we need to skip that. And we're like, we had to fucking scramble, and we realized Dilly's a fucking jackass idiot, and he was like, because he was like, yeah, this upcoming Sunday I'm going to be in Florida, and we look, and we're like, no, it's next Sunday, we have time. So we had to fucking double record because Dilly didn't fucking plan. Anyway.
So we had that was back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back episodes.
Yeah, we did a Sunday recording and a Monday recording for that.
Yeah. Interesting. Made it work, though.
We did.
Made it work.
Yeah, it helped out a lot because that was the first like nice audio recording, so it gave Tanner extra time to play with it.
True, and it sounded good. I listened to the whole thing and it really sounded good. I was really happy with it. So able to get a nice little clip on the YouTube channel. We have a little shorts video. We have 2 of those just fucking around on the channel, but
just existing on the ether.
So just check that out. It was kind of funny. There's no visual; it's just the logo. But because this is the first video.
Yeah, if you want to hear Dilly sound like SpongeBob.
Oh yeah,
it's
check it out. And when he says sound like SpongeBob, like this motherfucker did the recordings for fucking SpongeBob. It's absolutely insane. Like it's ridiculous.
It's a skill that. I guess it's a good skill.
I don't know about that, but
it's something.
It's a skill,
you know?
all right. So,
something good.
tell us about Miami.
Oh man,
what you do down there?
What did you do?
Oh
you
man,
live up like the
right back
game-bred Masvidal type of lifestyle, or did you do some other shit? Did you fuck some gators? What you do?
It was yawning. All right, it was.
Should have started earlier so you wouldn't have yawned.
I know. You could done that. I know.
Anyway,
but it was really good. It was crazy. We so I went with, of course, my 2 sisters.
Yes.
One of them is her boyfriend.
Yes.
The other sister is her ex-boyfriend. Well, her
I thought that was absolutely crazy. The second you told me, I thought this was going to be a family vacation for you because, like, I knew you had family in Florida, so I thought, oh, he's visiting, like, his cousins, and it's like a family reunion thing. I didn't know you guys were partying it up.
Yeah.
And it was with your sister's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, so I can explain. It was, of course, you'd think it's really weird. It's odd. Of course, it sounds odd. It actually worked out. Everything was good. It wasn't awkward. They're good friends. That's nice. But
but are they?
I don't know. I just know that.
Are they?
Or is he really silently just doing your sister and not making it a label?
Fuck
so
buddies.
we hung out and
making God cry while you
stuff
slept.
that I don't want to think about.
Above your head on the
He's
second
doing
story floor.
No, I don't.
Did they fuck on a houseboat?
I don't think that is the case.
Did you get a video of it?
They make the boat rock the boat.
So we hung out, and so anyways, I fly into something. I'm gonna tell you the whole story.
One
So
last
here you
thing.
go. Oh God, dude.
Did you just smack the mic? What was
Yes,
that?
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one last thing.
Oh, man.
So, when you guys got on the boat, and it was for some sexy fun time for sister and ex-boyfriend.
no.
Do you think the ex-boyfriend looked at your sister and go, shut the door so no one sees this, this disrespect towards God that they were about to do on a boat. And he looks at your sister and he goes, "Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now."
I am the captain now.
And
that is not
plowed Somali style.
Oh my god. That's a wild style if you don't know.
What do you think Somali style is?
Let's go through this.
sounds like a type of painting.
Well, it's got to be on a boat, right?
On a tiny boat. It
Right.
can't
It's
be a
one of
big
those.
boat.
It's you know what? It's on a mattress.
Yeah.
But in the sea.
Somali style.
But in the sea.
That's all they have for
All right. Stop where you're at.
chill out.
Like they have to have an AK-47 somewhere.
Well, that's what they call their dick.
Oh. Oh, okay. So they have to call the dick an AK-47
Right.
for Somali style. What other things involve Somali style?
I don't know. I feel like they got good food. So
They have to have some interesting food.
So
Dude, definitely.
I feel
I
like
don't know about good food.
Yeah, but that's why you feed them the AK-47 down the throat.
Yeah, feed them bullets.
Oh, yes,
Well,
yes.
How do we get wrapped up into this though?
Because this is how he's doing your sister, so we got to talk about it.
Somali style?
Somali style.
Nah, it's Miami. It's Cuban style.
You're right. Fuck.
There was definitely
So they threw a brick of cocaine up an asshole and then fucking went hard and blew some cigars at the end.
I will say
That's amazing.
in that area pretty much all Cubans.
Please stop yawning.
Sorry. Pretty much
Fucking Mike.
You know what happens when you
Man,
yawn?
dude.
Do you know? Tanner knows what happens every single time you yawn.
What?
You're just blowing a big old ghost dick.
Oh my god.
Every time you're yawning, every time you go, "Ugh," just imagine a giant girthy thickums on a ghost. Just absolute mammoth cock just punching your tonsils.
Mammoth's got big cocks.
So I
Harry Houdini's
When-
fucking your mouth.
That'll make you fucking stay up at night. My God. All right,
Okay.
go ahead about
So-
that. But what
Let me
are we
just-
talking about?
yeah,
Talking about Miami.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Miami. So I fly out, of course. Flying in, we flew in through a thunderstorm, which everyone, like, oh, I've
You
been
flew into one.
like we flew into
You were
one,
through that, Johnson.
and we landed, and it was a rough landing. The plane bounced, and it bounced twice. It went
Ooh, double bounce.
a
on it,
boom,
really?
and then we went
Bonk-a-donk.
up, and then a boom, and then I was like,
But don't.
we're halfway through the runway. Someone, you gotta drop this bitch. Like I was like, someone's gotta drop
as
it.
it was landing.
Yep, and so
Did the whole like boom,
boom, boom.
bang.
And everyone's in there, and all the fucking, where the luggage goes up top, no joke,
No shot.
all that shit was bouncing. Like,
Oh, I thought it
Did
came
the
out.
fucking things open up?
they didn't open, but like the hole on
That's
the
how
right.
people
gets
get
serious when-
clapped. Yeah.
Shit gets
Yeah.
serious when the fucking things open back
Like-
up.
You get up to like fucking put it back in. You get fucking tackled by a stewardess trying to fucking say put your seatbelt on.
Yeah, dude, that's so serious. Put your seat up. There's like 2 inches of the fucking seat going up. You're like,
And you're like,
what is this supposed to? Yeah, like
Not even. Not and they'll push it for you. They
yeah,
grab
will.
that
They
shit.
grab, and they're
Yeah, and it's like an inch and a half of relaxation on my lower back is not going to stop me
Yeah.
from living.
Also
Yeah.
a crazy job.
and
though.
people don't
I
realize
don't
like
know how the fuck you do that shit.
on an airplane too. If you're crashing, like nothing's gonna save you. Your seat's strapped to the frame of the
Yeah.
airplane. If it breaks in
Dude,
half,
they
you're going
have
with it.
worse
I mean-
seatbelts on a plane than a
It's-
car.
It's terrible.
Like, what the fuck
true.
do you think is going to happen? Literally, you
They
know
just-
what those seatbelts are for? So that way there's less human projectiles going through
It's
the
true.
air when you
It's true.
crash.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's probably
Yeah,
to keep you all
literally
together.
It's just so that way your sternum doesn't break that person's neck. It's not to
Yeah.
keep you alive. It's just to keep your dead body somewhere.
Yeah, it's true. That's actually a great fact because
It's not
There's-
great. But
it's not great, but it's a fact. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Like, it's not.
like if there's turbulence, yeah, I mean,
I
it's
said
cool,
that to
but like,
someone at the airport one time. They were like complaining about seatbelts. They're like, "What's the even point?" And I was like, "So that way your dead body doesn't break my neck."
it's yeah, it's true.
It's true. Like that
So-
seatbelt's not going to save anything. You're going from 400 to nothing.
Yeah,
You're not.
you're dead.
You're not working
Your
out.
heart's going fucking through your mouth. I mean, you're
yeah, planes are wild.
so. Anyways, yeah, we landed, and the fucking luggage bins up top as the plane bounced. They fucking move. I swear to God, they all just went boom, 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 and they start shaking and boom, 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 and I was like, oh my God, I could feel the weight of this plane. And right when we got on the ground, they did a little reverse thrust action, that fucking, and then you're like, and so slow down, and then they said, welcome to Miami. we're actually the last plane. No joke. They said we're the last plane to land because of this thunderstorm. They said you guys are lucky. She said this. You guys are lucky we landed. And I'm like,
Yeah, no fucking shit.
well, what else were we gonna do? Fucking
Probably
circle
get
around?
detoured
Just
to Atlanta or something.
God, that would have sucked. So then, yeah, so we land. So then this part's so good. Oh, it's so great. We land, and then we stop in the middle of the runway, like almost to our gate, and then they say, "Be due to the lightning, you guys can't get off the plane." And we're like, "Oh my God, all right." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
Let me off the fucking plane, bud.
Yeah, I'm like, "Okay." So,
Already been on that. How long was that flight?
it was long. It was 4 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
That's
So
up
about
there.
5. So, it was pretty long, and everyone was done. So then
Was everybody on that plane? Like all
it was full.
everybody? No, like
Oh
your
no,
crew.
my sisters, so of course they live in Colorado.
Right.
It was a 3-hour flight for them one way, and then for me, I had a layover in Phoenix.
Yeah, you had a double flight.
Yeah, the double flight.
Okay,
So
back to being stuck on the
so then-
taxiing.
we're stuck, and then the captain goes, I'm not gonna do it actually. The captain's like,
No, it's funny.
fucking,
Due to lightning, we're not gonna get off of the plane and go to the gate. And maybe about 20 or 30 minutes, and we're gonna exit the aircraft.
and I'm like,
That's so good.
I'm like, right?
That was really, really
That's
good.
good.
Dude, I swear this fucking dude.
And then
You gotta do one of those a fucking episode, I think.
fucking, and then everyone's sitting there,
I'm writing that time down.
fucking seatbelt sign, boom, and then
Oh
fucking.
my god, even that was good.
So we're sitting there, anyways. And so there's some guy that gets up, and he gets up and goes to the bathroom. I see it. He's close to me. See him walk down the aisle. He's like, fuck it. I got to piss, And I'm like, this guy's got to pee. We're sitting on the runway.
Gotta get that fluid
And
out of you.
He goes in the bathroom, right? I kid you not. Within a minute later, the captain goes,
All right, we're gonna be going to the gate now. We're gonna start exiting
So
the aircraft pretty soon.
So good.
so then, all of a sudden, and then the
Amazing.
and then the fucking one of the fucking steward, what do you call it? The fucking flight attendant. She was like, "All right, well, I see there's somebody that is not in their seat, and they're gonna need to be seated before we move." And so everyone's like,
This dude's
"Oh,
fucking pissing.
brother, this guy's." And so, we figure out very, very shortly.
Someone screams, "Get the fuck down, fat ass!"
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. He gets fucking tackled while he's got his fucking willy out.
You see someone body check the shit out of him. They're like, "We're strapping you to the toilet, bitch."
They fucking have some rope he's tethered to that shit. Holy fuck. They
You
fucking
just hear him screaming from the bathroom. He's like, "Get me out of here! They're torturing
you
me!"
just hear him trying to fucking scream, but his head's under the fucking bowl.
Lightning was least of his worries. So then, listen to this. So then, this is the best part. It's been 5 full minutes. We know he's not pissing,
Oh.
and
Talk
he's
about shit shy.
he's in there.
Can you
Oh
imagine
my
if
God!
this
Talk
was
about
you?
shit shy shit show. I fucking fucking. If it was me,
That's a title. Shit show.
if it was me,
Write
That's
that
a
down.
I'm
I'm writing it down.
so
I got it.
Title.
So then, everybody starts to realize at this point, the plane's not moving. It's downpouring and there's a lightning storm. And we're like, oh my God, it's shitting. And then so I hear people whispering.
That's amazing.
And then I hear somebody go, hurry up now. And then all of a sudden someone's like, yeah. It's like fucking
Jesus.
people start yelling. And then I was like, God, I feel bad for this guy. And it
I
was,
don't feel bad for shit.
That's
It's
amazing.
hilarious.
it was an easy 15 minutes. That guy was in there, but they literally didn't say anything. The plane started moving.
As
And
he
I
was in
like,
there.
As he was in there. And I was like,
Oh
I think
my
they realized
God.
they're like, this guy's not leaving. Like, he's not getting out. And so
He's like, "I am sitting down, so fuck you. This is
So-
happening."
we
Well,
got,
I mean, if he walked out, the whole fucking plane would have gone nuts.
Yeah.
That's when someone
They would've been
throws a Kindle
like,
straight to their forehead.
yeah, like,
Someone knocks him the fuck out. They're like, "You dickhead!
yeah, like, I think you're right. So, because I never saw him.
I'm gonna miss my rental car."
We all left the plane. I think, like you guys are saying, he didn't want to leave because that's humiliating. Like, it was so funny when they said we're gonna be sitting on the runway for a while. This dude just locked the fucking door probably a minute, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna be moving, but there's someone that's not in their seat. Imagine that. Like, he's like, I just started releasing. Like I just started releasing my ass.
The brown eye
And-
just winked.
Yeah, like turtle, fucking, and
At least give me time to wipe.
yeah, like it sucks. So then we get to the gate, it worked out. I get off the plane. Miami's that airport's huge, by the way, massive. And then
Nowhere near as big as a DIA though.
DIA is massive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is massive.
It's like second or third biggest airport in the country.
It's DIA is it's huge. Like Miami was big, but it had I don't know. There's something about
Yep.
DIA. So
Yeah.
then I fucking go down to the like little parking garage area or whatever, like pickup area, and then my sister's boyfriend and then ex-boyfriend. I'm not gonna say their names. Well, it's probably not right. But so we went directly to a liquor store from there. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay. And at this point, they had already been there for about a couple hours, I think, in Miami. They just went to the Airbnb first and then came back, picked me up, because I flew in a couple hours later. And we go to the liquor store. We get some drinks. There's a drink called Screwball. Male, you might know what it is. I don't know. It's peanut butter whiskey. And
I do not know what this is.
you would actually really like it. I actually liked it.
So did you get fucking blacked out?
I actually did not get blacked.
Fucking what the fuck?
I was surprised, but it's only because I was very surprised. I'll tell you that in a little bit. I'll tell you that story. But we had the Screwball. We're online. We got stuff. And then me and then my sister's ex-boyfriend. We get in the car.
Right.
And then this guy that's still my sister's other boyfriend.
Yeah.
Still in there. We're like, why is this guy taking so long? Like, what is this? So he was the last person, last right behind us, and so he should have checked out, been done. And so we were kind of worried because we're a couple hours in Miami. It was a sketchy area, very sketchy. If anyone's been to Miami, Miami's great. Anywhere outside of it is really sketchy. And so he comes back like 5 minutes later, like longer than it should be. We're like, okay. So he comes back, and he was like, dude, what the fuck just happened? And we were like, what? And he's like, some guy that he was probably, I think, a Cuban guy, which is awesome. Those people are actually awesome. They're really cool down there. Like, this guy.
Nice save.
Yeah, I know. But they actually are. They're fucking cool. Like,
Right.
and he was like, apparently this guy walked up and he was like, yeah, and he had a vape in a box, brand new vape in a box. And he was like, you try vape, and then he was like, oh, no, I'm good, he's saying no. And then, meanwhile, my sister's boyfriend, this guy's got sunburned lips and he had allergies. He looked fucked up. I mean, he just looked like
kidding.
sick. Yeah.
Did you do coke in the fucking liquor store or something?
No, not the guy, not the Cuban guy, but my sister's.
Yeah.
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 No, he just was fucking he had allergies like right when he got there. And so
No shit.
yeah, and so
Humidity and shit?
the humidity like amplifies everything. Male can probably agree with this. And
Yeah, pretty well.
So then he took a hit of this guy's vape and then he was like, "Okay." He didn't know what to say cuz the guy didn't speak English. He said, "Okay." And then he said, "Yeah." And then he bought him one. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure he bought him one and then frickin' handed it to him. But we were thinking this guy's, of course, brave for letting this random dude take a hit off his brand new
I wouldn't
vape.
try a random dude's
Like-
vape like that. That's how you smoke fentanyl.
Whose vape
Yeah.
was it?
It was right off the shelf, though. It was. He said it was right off the shelf, and but it was it was a little sketchy. So, anyways, we go to the Airbnb, really nice Airbnb, awesome. I'll kind of skip over some stuff, but really cool, and we really didn't eat for a couple days. I will say.
Possible. I don't understand that.
So I know when I was at the airport in Phoenix, the layover, I had the sandwich that was $11, and I wanted to fucking end it all because it was $11, which doesn't sound like much, but it was it was a turkey sandwich, not ham actually, turkey sandwich. It was $11 for fucking.
Just
you see
$11.
what we deal with?
It's a shitty
see?
sandwich though.
Do you see what we deal with?
It was
See,
a
this fucking
shitty
guy had
sandwich.
$11. He's freaking out about $11.
Well, thinking
This guy.
$11 for a fucking shitty. It was so bad. So, anyways, it should have been 2. Should have been 2. So, then
No, you're never gonna get a $2 sandwich in 2022.
No.
you're right.
So
So, anyways, maybe 5. Maybe 5. 5,
Six.
6.
at an airport, 8.
11 was pushing it. I knew that was. Anyways, so I ate there. I got to Miami. We didn't eat that night. We had some drinks, and then we actually didn't drink that much. We went to bed, but we just drank.
Okay, so then continue on to the story where it gets fun and
Yeah.
exciting.
Anyways, so then the next day we went to we went on a yacht that my sister's ex-boyfriend had rented out, and that was absolutely nuts. We are walking through Miami. We got an Uber. That was the first time we were actually in Miami downtown, and we were like, "Oh my God, this is crazy!" And then we saw this guy that we thought, swear to God, looked homeless. He looked homeless. He looked very rough.
And then he got in a Bentley.
He actually got in a Maserati. You're not far off. He walked right past us, and dude just gets in this beautiful
Pulls
Maserati.
out his keys and he's like, "Yep."
And we were like, "What?
What do you think about Maseratis?
I really don't know all that much about them, to be fair. I don't know I don't think they're partnered with anybody like companies. I think they're their own deal.
Right.
I've heard they're somewhat like Land Rover, and like reliability is just not that good, and they're kind of just like
yeah, it's
of-
kind of like Alfa Romeo, I think.
yeah. Alfa Romeo's the same way.
Anyway, continue.
Anyways, so yeah. So then we go on the dock, go on this. We're walking down this fucking dock, I guess, and then he's like, "Oh, it's so and so, this yacht guy." He's like, "Yeah, that's us." And then there's this 55-foot yacht. We're like, "What the fuck?" And then we get on, this guy's like, shoes, and he takes our shoes. We had a Venezuelan bartender. He was awesome, cool dude, and took our shoes, put them in this basket. And we're like, "Whoa, this is fucking wild." And then they went over, of course, some quick rules, and then we had signed some shit.
Right.
And then
Okay, just look this up. Stellantis owns Maserati. Stellantis is the parent company that owns Chrysler, Dodge, Maserati, Lancia, and multiple other ones.
No
and
kidding.
Fiat and all
interesting.
that.
So it's like a mutt of a car. It's like a
Yep.
recycled.
Opel,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Peugeot, Dodge, Chrysler, Maserati, Citroen, Lancia, Seville.
That's
Fiat,
very
yeah.
very interesting.
But
Anyway,
you're
so
on the boat at this time, right?
yeah, so we're on the yacht. We'll talk about that later. I'm not done. I do want to talk about that too. But we're on the yacht, and there's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in this thing, and it was pretty big. So
Right.
we start cruising, and then fucking my sister's boyfriend connected his Bluetooth. It was sick. So we started looking at houses, celebrity homes. We looked at Al Capone's house. It was kind of like a little
Casual.
tour at first. It was casual at first. And then the bartender just starts bringing us drinks. And we're like, okay.
Over
all
and
right.
over.
But the thing was, he was bringing them over and over. And, I mean, we were like, cool, we just got a drink. Dude came up 2 minutes later, and he goes,
Speaking of, drink or a drink.
oh, yeah.
Drink that
So-
drink, bro.
2 minutes later, this guy comes up to the upper deck. We're on the top next to the captain, talking with the captain. Cool, hilarious dude, great guy. Talk to the captain, and he's feeding us drinks. We're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then so at this point, like, he come up with drinks. What do we have to do? We have to slam whatever drink we have, and then you guys know that's not necessarily like me. And I'm like, oh, my
Definitely
God.
not you.
So
That's
then
for sure.
Yep.
I-
Should be, but not.
I
It's
pushed.
not.
I pushed myself. I really did. And we had this drink called a Blue Hawaiian. If anybody knows what that is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Blue Hawaiian. And
Definitely a fucking hangover drink for sure,
yeah,
though.
very sweet. And
Thank you, sir.
then I had a couple of those, and then he comes up with tequila, and I'm like, shit, I don't do
Nice
shots.
stuff for you. Hit that good.
You guys know that I don't do shots. Yeah. And so, but it was Patron. Figured that out later.
Patron's not even that great of a tequila.
It ain't the fucking worst.
It's
It's
not the
not-
worst, but it's not the best.
I
Not that great. It's like still bottom half tequila.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know it was Patron though when I took a shot, or I attempted to. But I took a shot, and I only took like half it first because I'm a bitch, can't do shots. But then I realized, fuck, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Right.
Mhm.
To the other half. And then, I mean, I'm super lightweight, so I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. I didn't have a chance to see how that
Yeah.
went because this guy came up with shots fucking 5 minutes later, and I was like, oh, Lord. And then he's pulling out his phone, and he's taking videos of us and in fucking Miami, and I'm like, I can't not drink this. I was like,
you have to drink.
Right.
because
You have to.
Yeah.
he's like,
Is that what he put on his story?
Yeah, it was that one, and I'm like, oh man, like I have to drink. So then I just drink,
Yeah.
and then it actually didn't fuck me up as much as I thought it would. But that's a different kind of drunk,
Drunk wise?
Drunk
It-
on a boat is a different type of drunk.
and it was
Well, that's facts.
and
So
tequila too. It was weird because it was a creeping kind of drunk, like definitely like I'm not fucked, and then you like take it, you miss a
it
step.
sends you, dude.
Yeah,
It sends you.
Yeah.
I was in Mexico one time. I mean, they were pouring. I'm not even kidding. This is a great time to representate it.
yep,
Representation.
same thing.
Sounds like this fucking Huckleberry Meads has sent me. But no, when I was in Mexico, I was at the bar doing shots. They're about like $40 each. You know?
Damn. Yeah.
But you want to know why?
Where
It
they
was
at?
nice shit, and the shot was like
Jose
this
Cuervo,
fucking size.
1941.
It's a big one.
It was like this much.
Jose
If not
Cuervo,
more.
1941,
Is that really
42.
good?
42. Yeah, that's like $100
Oh, I'm
bottle.
thinking Don Julio, 1942.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what-
that's it. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
probably more than this. Not
Yeah.
even fucking kidding you. Show it the camera. More than that.
yeah.
Wow.
So
More than this.
lesson
So
for tequila that I learned, and I 1000% agree with, because normally I'm not a tequila person,
Yeah.
but that's because I drank shit tequila like Patron.
Yeah.
So how he explained it, he was explaining every single liquor and everything else, and he was like tequila, and he's like, so many people hate tequila. They don't like tequila. They don't like the whole like lick
fucking
salt
love
and then the lime thing when you take a shot.
I think it's great.
And he's like, that is a way to drink tequila, but if you have to lick salt and bite a lime and slam your
It's not
drink
good
back
tequila.
as
Yeah.
fast as you can to enjoy yourself, you're drinking horrible tequila.
Damn.
And guess what you have to
Facts.
do with Patron?
You
Horrible.
Lick
gotta-
salt and bite a lime.
We did that. Yeah.
One of the best drinks I've literally ever had is literally just a lime with tequila on the rocks.
Yeah.
What
Really?
good tequila though?
Like
yeah,
good-
good tequila.
$60 bottle.
Sip
Yeah.
it.
Good
plus.
tequila,
Sip
you
it.
should
Minimum
be able to
$60.
sip just like a whiskey.
Wow.
We should do that one time.
We should actually. I am curious because I'll sip. I'll
It's
try
good.
it.
It's you put a couple limes in there and enough ice, dude. It's light. I don't know what just happened to my laptop, but
touch the pad. Touch the little pad on it.
Mm.
See if it comes back to life.
Screen go dark or something?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Damn.
Dun dun dun. Will this be an audio podcast? We don't know.
da da da.
Or we could, at least we could take some clips or something from it.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah. Anyways, we toured. We went around. It's called like Billionaire Island or something. The Billionaire.
It's just where
Island?
the Richie Riches are.
Oh yeah, and it's their
like
own
the Will
island.
Smith is in the like
Mhm.
Martha's Vineyard.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
oh, yes, of course.
Oh, of
Um,
course, yes. The place where the degenerates were sent. Oh, yes. The degenerates in Obama's words, yes.
and it was cool. We saw one of Will Smith's houses.
One of, yeah.
of.
Yeah, because I'm assuming I don't want to say Will Smith's house because there's got to be more. I mean,
Has to be
He
right.
has to have like 45.
and
Minimum.
we saw the rapper Nelly. We saw his yacht in his house, and
Is Nelly still a thing?
the rapper. I think he's.
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna say he's
very
died
much
out.
in the mainstream Pippy Pops.
I don't.
I feel like
Pippy
the
Pops.
last thing
Somehow
he did
my-
was, and it was like his last dying breath was that Florida Georgia Line one.
True.
Yeah, I think.
Somehow to interrupt real quick, my laptop died, even though it's been plugged in this whole time.
Oh, it died?
It died.
Mm.
It was plugged in that whole time. I was checking to see if it was charging, and it was the whole time.
Well, I mean, so MacBooks are fucking silly, so I guess this is an audio podcast.
It is.
All right,
Well, we can
audio it up.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So
So we
video next time. But yeah, maybe I'll just bring my charger because normally like MacBooks
Right.
you have to have like a high output wattage thing. That's
True.
why we have that giant ass
Oh, I
brick.
see.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
learned
we
that on
should have
deployment.
flipped it.
flip the break.
Flipped it.
Maybe. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, just continuing.
Yep.
So, we toured around this island. And anyways, the drinks start flowing. Like,
Yeah.
all right, drinks are flowing. I'm like, oh man. So, then we go out. This captain's telling us he's like, we're gonna go out in the ocean, more open ocean, away from where the cops can pull us over or come bother us, 'cause
Okay.
it's out of their jurisdiction, I guess. And so we go out in the ocean, and then these people come up. People come up on jet skis, right?
Nice.
And sister's. I know, fucking yeah, sister's ex-boyfriend. Anyways, this guy he Venmos these people to ride the jet skis. We're riding the jet skis. We're fucked. I'm not nearly as fucked as the other people that were there, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, there's no rules. This is crazy. And so the captain just goes straight up. This guy is like, just don't hit my fucking boat. And we're like, okay. Like, it was just an understanding. He was like, we were like, okay. And then so he just fucking,
That's hilarious.
yeah, we're ripping it. I mean, I rode the jet ski once, and I was like, I'm too fucked. I really rode it once, probably for 5 minutes, and I went, I don't feel safe. I started speeding up, and I was like, if I drop, I ain't swimming.
What, you're not going to be able to swim?
I had a life jacket. I could float, but I was like,
can you not swim?
I was drunk. I was really, like, the
Can you
water.
not swim?
No, I can swim. I can
You're
fucking,
fine.
Then we're good.
well, I can sit there and float, but I'd have to swim back. I was not comfortable with it. So,
All right.
anyways, like, so, anyways, that happened. Fucking, my friend Nick, I can say his name because he knows we talk about him on here.
Nicky,
Nicky,
love you, baby.
yo, Spread
Spread the
the
love over there
Yeah,
in
baby.
L.A., baby.
Nigga. L.A., you mean Florida.
F.L.A.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
okay, so,
Isn't that what it's F.L.A.? It's not the... Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
that's okay.
It's not... It's definitely F.L.A.
Florida. I don't know.
It's the abbreviation.
Fucking
Swear.
find it.
Oh, yeah, I think it is Florida. FLA.
Yeah, fucking
Blah.
find it. No, I'm stupid.
Blah.
I'm a stupid boy.
Blah.
Florida.
Anyway, continue.
So, then, it was just great.
Yeah,
We
so
just,
Nikki was there the whole time.
Nick was there, at least a couple days, which is good. Couple days,
Half
but
the
at the
time.
yacht. Yeah, on the yacht. He was
He was
there.
on the yacht.
And
Fuck yeah.
he fucking was hanging out, and then
Pushing you to your limits.
he rode. Yeah, we were pushing each
He
other.
pushed
we were good.
himself to the limit, I think.
And, well, then all of a sudden he disappeared. And I'm like, where is Nick? And I'm like, I know this motherfucker. So I go downstairs in this fucking yacht, and he's hugging the toilet, puking.
Fuck yes.
And I'm like, and the dude, and what sucks about it, like, the boat is rocking, obviously rocking,
like a baby.
like, that is the most sick you could probably get if you're fucked up, like, rocking boat, hugging a toilet. It didn't get worse than that. This guy was just, and I opened the door, and he's like,
Especially those little boats because they just move so
Yeah.
much more.
yeah, it moved a lot. And then, so I go down, he's puking, whatever, went back upstairs, party for a while, go back down, and he's fucking just laying on this bed. This bed just passed out. And, yeah, pretty much he was there for the last hour probably and just passed out. And then my sister fucking pushes my other sister off the back when we're sitting there, as a joke, haha, funny, whatever.
They're fucked
Yeah.
up.
And then, yeah, and my sister tried to, like, grab onto the back of the boat.
Where the
And
propellers are.
voice crack.
My God, it's
Yeah.
That was a
fucking
big
12.
ol'
So that's fine. I've done that too.
She's a pretty lady.
So then,
Anyway.
yeah, and then all of a sudden she's really drunk. She freaks out. She's like, let me back on the boat. Help me back on. Help. And everyone's laughing. And then she fucking grabs the, like, plastic trim on the back of this boat, and it just fucking breaks off.
No way.
And we all went, oh. And I'm drunk, so you know what I said? I looked right at the captain. I said, damn, it looks like we're one of those motherfuckers now. That's what I said. I was like, we're breaking shit, and then he laughed it off, actually, but he was upset at first. But I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I felt so bad, and because he was so cool the whole time.
Suck ass.
That's tragic.
And so he looked at the
Was
trim,
that
and
the sister that went to Country Jam with us, or was it the other sister?
the one that went to Country Jam with us. Yeah.
That broke the boat?
Broke the back, the trim. And then later on, she swore that it just fell off. I'm like, no, she grabbed it. Like, it was something to hold on to, and she ripped it off. Like, it just, so,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
She
So then
actually tried to say she didn't do it.
she was like, well, it just fell off. We talked about it the next day, and we're like, nope, you grabbed it. Like, it was plastic, you grabbed it, it was brittle, and it broke.
And it snipped off
It literally plopped in the
because
water.
your fat ass ripped it.
It was like probably a foot, maybe a foot of trim.
Okay.
And anyways,
Anyway.
so yeah, so then we start heading back. That was pretty much it. We partied. It was great. We start heading back. Get back to the docks. We're almost docking, and then
You're almost
Actually-
docking.
actually, wait a minute.
No.
Slow down.
Damn.
So
Back it up. Rewind.
Actually-
Sister
try
dock
again.
action.
we're on our way there, and then I'm sitting on the front of the boat with both of my sisters, and
No shit.
all of a sudden,
The boat.
one of my sisters, her boyfriend, she found his phone up front and was holding it. It was like, oh, I got the phone that I have. And then she swung it around, and all of a sudden, swear to God, it goes, boink, right off the boat. Gone. Phone goes, blink, and I have a video of it, which if I can, I might be able to post it on
So
there.
what did he find? So did he buy a new phone in Miami?
Yes. So it fell off. And
So
and
he
you
had to stop by his store and shit.
yeah. It was
That would
bad.
be so annoying.
So then
Fuck yeah.
So then, of course, that happens, and then all of us go, and I was like, "Is it gone?" You can hear me in the video. Is it gone? And then the Bluetooth fucking cuts. The music stops, and we're
He was
just
playing
floating.
music.
Yeah, it was just floating, and I have all that on video. Well, my other sister got it, and then we fucking. So we're going back to the docks, and then I go, "Oh man, Nick, where the fuck is Nick?" So then I go back down. He's still on that bed. Motherfucker's passed out. And then I'm waking him up, and he goes, oh, fuck you. And I'm like, no, you got to get up. We're about to get off.
We're leaving.
You know? And he's like, oh, fuck up. Like, he just was determined to just pass out. That was his resting place. I was like, no, this is somebody else's boat. I was like, we need to get off. So then we get up. And we were supposed to be off of there at 7 o'clock. We ended up hanging out till 7:30, just hanging out with the captain, and then there was someone else on there, bartender. They loved us. Like, we totally made friends. And then we all get off the boat. We're fucked. And I fucking called an Uber, and then fucking started. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect the Uber to be like 30 seconds away. So then I start jogging. I'm like, Uber done it, Doug, we gotta go. And then I'm like running. And then my location on my phone, no kidding, was wrong. It was like a half mile off. And I was like, I'm here. Like, I saw him fucking, like, swear to God, drive by. And I was like, no, I'm right here. My phone wouldn't. So anyways, I had to cancel that. So that was whatever, wasted money. I don't know how much it was. It doesn't matter. But
$5.
yeah, so then
Had to
it
do
was
that before.
this situation was the worst. To get in an Uber, I was fucked, but like everyone else was crawling. It was like crazy. So then I call another Uber. We get in this Uber. I'm the first one to get in, and I'm like, hi, how's it going? And then this lady just looks at the fucking mess that's about to get in her car, and everyone's got arms around each other and just.
How many of you?
It was
5 of you?
yeah, 5 of us, and
Fuck.
and so
That's a bad Uber ride.
all of a sudden we
How
got
do you fit 5 of you in that, Johnson?
it was an Escalade.
Oh.
Big. Yeah. I had no
XL.
choice. I got
Uber
the XL. I got the big Johnson. It was sick. But yeah, we got in, and sister's ex-boyfriend sits in the front. He's fucked. He's like sleepwalking at this point. He's just quiet. And then he sits down, and my sister, she blacked big time.
So she starts screaming.
She gets in. She goes, man, this fucking Uber sucks dick. And she's like, this is shit. You know, and
The
then
Country Jam sister?
yes.
Yeah.
And then we get, she sits in the back with Nick and I, and she's like, pussy, 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 and just starts yelling cuss words. She just like, fuck this guy, fuck that. And then any one of us would talk. She's like, shut up, shut the fuck. And then we were like, this. I mean, it was so obnoxious. And then my other
she was
sister,
just like that when we were in Charleston together.
yeah, it's terrible. She's
Yeah,
blacked out.
her
She's
and I
a new
were
human being.
Bar hopping in Charleston with a couple of her friends, and she just got. It was just like blitzkrieg, and it was horrible because I got really drunk too. So we were start playing off of each other, and then her friends were like, "Both of you need to shut
Playing
the
with each
fuck
other?
up."
Oh wait.
No, we weren't playing with each other.
So-
I'm respectful.
So then, in this Uber on the way home, dude, it's so funny. We're just fucking cussing at each other. We're fighting. We're swinging. And I'm like, we got to stop. We're going to get kicked out. My other sister's like, yeah, we got to hold. We got to stop it. And then fucking sister's ex-boyfriend slides money. He's going to say money to the driver and says, I'm sorry. I saw it. He goes, I'm sorry. And then she just laughed, and he just slipped it, set it on her lap. And then I was like, that was probably...
That's
Good.
the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's screaming. It was like just children. And so she drops us off. Not one of us shuts the door. We all
no
get
way.
out.
Are you
Swear.
kidding me?
We all get out.
No fucking
We
way.
fucking broke free. I mean, she stopped. We went, boom. Doors open, and we were out. And then fucking one of the guys fucking pees in the neighbor's front yard, just
That's
immediately busts the door open, and he doesn't even say anything. And we look over, he's dick out pissing in the front yard of this neighbor's house. And then we're in a sketchy area. Keep in mind, this is not a good area. Like, this is not, you do not piss on, that is disrespectful. It's disrespectful in general, but you're starting something. You're starting a war. So then he pisses, and then my sister goes, because it's her boyfriend, my sister's like, no, don't piss over there. And what does he do? Dick out starts walking. And then he's walking.
I've done that.
And he
You
holds.
saw his cock?
No, I
We've
didn't.
all
But
done
he's
that.
You saw his cock.
We've all held
It's
cock
dark,
and just
but yeah,
pissed
maybe.
and walked before. Come on.
Course.
yeah, like and this
You saw
guy.
his cock.
I mean I don't really recall honestly, but yeah, you just dick out
saw his
waddling
cock.
probably. But so then he gets over to we have this big hedge that was covering our Airbnb, the front of the property. He waddles over, then he starts continuing pissing on this hedge, and we're like, the house is right here, but whatever. And then we get in the house. Oh man! All of a sudden we're like, we gotta eat something, and then fucking the guy that pissed in the yard sits in this chair. He was out, asleep, just done. And then we started about an hour later. We had some stuff to eat, so we were sobering up. We're like, okay, we're a little bit better.
Yeah.
But my sister that's blacked, not a chance of sobering up. She ate.
Not a chance.
She grabbed. I got small little bite-sized cupcakes at the store that day. She fucking threw them at us. That was I bought them. She threw them, and she goes, "Oh, fuck you!" And I'm like, "No, it's our food." I'm like, "That's what we had. We need that to survive. We have to go to the store again." And then, and the store wasn't a super short drive. The traffic there was crazy. So, it's dangerous area. We did not want to be out of that house as much as possible. We wanted to go to Miami. That was it. So, anyways, she fucking grabs these pita chips, and she starts eating these pita chips. How do I explain this? She goes to open the back door to go out in the hot tub. She opens the bag of pita chips right side up, holds them with one hand, and then grabs the door handle with the other hand. And then when she takes her hand off of the door handle, she puts it on the bottom of the bag of chips, if this makes sense,
Yep.
and lifts the whole bag up, and it
And
all
falls out
dumps
on
on the floor. And then she fucking laughs, and she's like, and she's like bumping into the wall and shit. And so I'm like, whatever. So, and at this point, I don't know what happened. We were all pissed, and then we all started just talking. And then we noticed about 15 minutes later, we're like, where is she? Where'd she go? So we walk.
You're at the house.
Yeah, we're at the house. We walk out back. She's sitting in an 80% drained hot tub, eating crumbs out of this bag, and just look, her hair is like over her face. And there's jets, because it was 80% empty. The jets were still spraying, but not in water. They were like spraying.
Why was it so empty?
We think she broke it. Like, swear, we don't know what she did, but it kept leaking from the day we left. So we're like, what the fuck, you broke the fucking hot tub? We're all drunk. What the fuck? But she's just laughing. She's like, she's just eating pita chips. And we were like, this is not good. This is not good.
This is hilarious.
So then she was just being really annoying. So anyways, that night happened. We all went to sleep. We just crashed. She eventually came back in the house. I think my other sister had to babysit her, help her out. But that was pretty much the most eventful part of the trip, definitely. After that, we went to the Everglades. Everglades is really cool. We went on airboats, boats with the big fans, if anybody's wondering what that is. Big fans on the back, most Floridian thing you can do.
Yeah.
And I think we should all do that one day. Actually, it's very affordable. It's actually not crazy
Nice.
expensive. It's not like, I mean,
So
it's,
good
yeah,
trip to Miami.
great trip. Yeah, to sum it up.
All right.
So
Nice.
yep, that was good.
You got pretty fucked up, huh?
I got pretty fucked, but it's interesting. It was the hard liquor
Push your limits
gets
a
you
little bit?
different. I did. I pushed my limits. I had a drink at, there's a sugary drink at this bar.
An AMF.
It wasn't AMF, but it was.
Long Island iced tea.
It probably had like 5 or 6 shots of fucking
Long
something.
Island iced tea.
It wasn't. It was. I don't know what it's called. I'll look up the. I could probably find the bar.
Vegas
Ask my
Bomb?
sisters. No, it was something. It was their own creation. It was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was their own creation. It was
I'll
something
shut
I
up.
never had. So then we went to the beach at night. That was cool. That was another thing. So
Been
So-
there, done that.
yeah, that's where you did that. So really cool. Anyways, I do think I want to
trip.
I want to go on to that trip again.
We
Everglades with
might
you
have
guys.
to. And you know when we're going to?
What's that?
When we got money.
That's right.
We need that money.
Speaking of that money,
Hey,
of
I'm
money.
gonna tell a quick story
Oh,
because I just
quick
want to get
story.
it because
Okay.
Dilly laughed.
Such a
to
good
go into
segue.
It was perfect.
It was good, but fuck you. So I'll fucking swing it around.
'Kay.
So yeah, because when Dilly got back, Dilly and I went to the bars with Lady.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, and it just like shot the quick shit because Dilly didn't want to be in this house at that time for certain reasons.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yep.
So while we were there, I told him this, and he was like, "Dude, you got to tell it on the pod." So I'm telling it on the pod.
Oh man,
So
so funny.
one of these past Saturdays at work,
Right.
there's a billiard hall / bar.
Okay.
On the same block as my work.
Okay.
So lots of times we've gone there, lots of times I've gone there, and I've
Right.
drank there, and I've eaten there, and it's been
course.
great.
Absolutely.
And so one of these Saturdays, it was like a shit Saturday, but everyone had a just chipper, happy mood because
Great
everyone
time.
was
Yep.
everyone was planning to. All of us were going to go to the bar and drink and eat food right after work.
Of course.
Nice.
So it was like the
Yep.
bros plan. Told Lady, I was like, hey, not going to hang out with you tonight because I've got
Bros.
bar.
Saturdays for the bros.
Yeah, got
Oh,
time
my
with the
bros.
bros and whatnot. This door handle's been hitting me in the shoulder blade, and it's annoying.
Oh yeah.
Apologize.
It's all good. Yeah. So, we get over. So we're like shooting the shit. Everyone's finally off work. Everyone's changed. So we start heading over there. I'm like the first one of the group in the door. And so I'm like standing there just watching the football game because it was Saturdays or
course.
there was like a college football game or something happening. So I was watching that on
Absolutely.
the TV, waiting for, and it's so crummy and shitty. It's like kind of shit place. The
Okay.
cook is also the bartender, and
Yep.
how it works is he gives you a glass after he checks your ID, and that's how he knows that you're over 21. And that's it.
Okay.
So I saw him in the back in the kitchen making someone's food. So I was like, okay, so he's gonna do that, and eventually he's gonna come up here. He'll check my ID. So I was just waiting patiently at the bar for
Yep.
him to check my ID while I was watching that. Out of nowhere, this lady waitress,
Okay.
comes out of nowhere, and she's like, ID, and she shocked me. I did not expect her to come there because I was so focused on the game.
Of course.
And she's like, ID, and I was like, oh, shit, sorry, okay.
Yep.
And I give her my ID. She's like, And then my buddy Jeff walks in, and he just makes a joke. He sees her curling her eyebrows and looking at my ID really hard, and she's
Oh
like,
no.
he goes, really making sure no one's got a fake ID today. And she looks up at him, and she looks at me, and I'm just like dead staring her, and I was like,
Yeah, it's like awkward.
tell me it's fake. Tell me you don't believe it.
Right.
And she's like, 1 second, gives me back my ID, comes back with this little black thing from the back room, and I thought it was going to be like one of those scanner things
Right.
to like scan the ID to see if it's real.
Black light or something?
No, she comes out with her wallet. It was her purse wallet thing, and she pulls out her ID. Turns out I have a Nebraska ID.
Ah.
She has a Nebraska ID as well. I'm in the process of
Oh,
getting an
man.
Idaho ID, but
Okay.
for right now, I still have a Nebraska ID. She has a Nebraska ID. Context why that matters. Colorado has changed the design of their driver's license maybe twice in the past 15 to 20 years.
Yep. Not a lot.
Almost never.
Right.
So that's like the standard.
Right.
The whole 4 years I was in North Carolina never changed their IDs.
Right.
In the matter of 6 years, Nebraska has changed their ID licenses designs 3 times.
Oh.
Super common for them to change their ID. For
I
some
see.
reason, Nebraska really cannot find a design they want to stick with because they constantly are changing that shit.
I see.
That'll come into context later in the story. So, she's like, she looks at her, so she pulls her Nebraska ID out.
Okay.
She looks at hers, she looks at mine, she looks at hers, she looks at mine, she looks at hers, she looks at mine. She's curling her nose, she curling her eyebrows more, and she goes, "This is fake, honey." She said honey, and I was like, "Fuck you. You don't deserve to call me honey."
Yeah, you're like a kid. Like she's
bitch,
talking to you like
bitch,
she was,
I'm not your honey, bitch.
Ain't no fucking
honey, this dick, bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, and she goes, "This is fake," and I was like, "What do you mean?"
This
And then
pig,
she like
bitch.
holds her ID towards me, and she still has my ID too. And she says, "This is a real Nebraska ID. This is a real Nebraska driver's license."
God.
And I point at mine, and I go, "And that's a real Nebraska driver's license." And she just rolls her eyes, and she's like, "No, it's not. It's fake. It's fake."
Jesus.
And I was like,
You're like, boy.
and I go, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Sweetheart, I have a Nebraska ID." And she keeps on saying, "Sweetheart, honey." And I was like, "Fuck."
Right.
It's pissing me
Yeah,
off even more
it's
that she's saying that. And she goes, "It's not. like I have a real Nebraska ID.
Right.
I worked in Nebraska. I've lived in Nebraska. I know what the Nebraska IDs look like. It's not the new design and it's not the old design.
Right.
That my license is barely a year old.
So it's a
That piece of
brand new
plastic,
design.
It's the newest design.
She didn't even know it because it was probably brand new.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Like she's
So-
probably on like the second edition in the last 6 years,
Yeah.
but not the third edition. Fucking loser. But she's like, I worked there. I've lived there. I've never seen that design. And so you need to show me some other ID or you need to leave. And I was like, no, like you can like scan that. You can look up my driver's license ID
Yeah.
in Nebraska.gov. You can do whatever you want. That's a real ID. I don't care what you say. And she's like, it's not. I know it's not. It's not,
oh my
sweetheart.
gosh, she's
And I
determined.
was just like, okay, whatever. I hate you.
I'd
And
be,
so
I'd
I
be
like,
pissed. Yeah.
I was absolutely fucking livid. I was so fucking
don't-
furious.
You don't look young. That's the thing. Like you
Yeah,
don't.
I don't look young. And
True.
just the sheer fact that it's like, how fucking stupid are you? Like, just think about her fucking logic. So she thinks I
Wasn't
have
that much.
she thinks I have a fake ID.
Yeah.
If I had a fake fucking ID, how the fuck do you think any fake ID business is going to survive in 2022 if they are making IDs that don't even have the identical design to the
Yeah.
state they're fucking
Yeah.
forging?
That's a good point.
You know? Like
Yeah.
it's not fucking super bad McLovin. Like
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
like it's 2022. You think I'm really going to spend money on a fake ID that doesn't even look like the actual state's ID?
yeah, like completely different design.
Like what the
yeah.
fuck? Are you fucking serious? You're retarded.
So did you have to leave?
Yeah, I fucking stormed off. I instantly sat in the parking lot, pulled out my phone, and I went, Nebraska ID. Went to Google Images. First image, my designed
Yeah,
driver's
of course.
license.
You're
Like,
sure?
same design as that. Look, and I was like, maybe it's a scam account or something. Like, maybe it is a fake ID account that's like, hey, get this ID today or something like that. Nope, Nebraska.gov, showing what it looks like to have that little star thing on your driver's license for planes. And I was like, she's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
She's
Wow.
absolutely fucking retarded. But all my boys at work made up for it and this and that because they stayed and they kept on drinking. And they were drinking and this and that. So then every single ID for the next hour and a half that she checked while they were there, they screamed across the bar area, screaming, that's a fake ID, by the way. Fake ID, throw them out.
No.
Fake IDs. And then this and that. She was getting livid, threatened to throw all of them out. And then since I was the first one, she checked IDs for everybody else.
Oh my
Every
god.
single one of them said the same exact thing. They said, you realize he's like 23 years old, right?
They're like giving her shit.
yeah, they were
nonstop.
giving her shit the whole entire time.
She
was
signed
like,
up for it.
You
She
realize
works on
like
that.
he was in the Marines, right? Like he like spent 4 whole years in the Marines. Like he has to be over 21. Like he's old. Like some of them were like he's older than me by like 3 years, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's so funny though.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So like she threatened to throw all of them out.
I'm surprised I haven't had anything.
So
like
thank
that.
you for my coworkers to make her light a living hell because she was a bitch. So segue it back all around. I said, fuck that bitch. I'm not going to spend my money here just for them to waste my money on stupid shit like a waitress that doesn't even know what a real ID is. I'm going to go somewhere where I can spend real money and where someone's going to make money valuable and make them money. Like how we're trying to make money.
Make
How money make us money is how we're trying to do it.
Yes.
And that's a good segue, bringing it all the way back around to
Yep,
the segue we
wrapping it around.
just had.
Nice and
Um,
smooth.
So, kind of just to go into like the real estate finance stuff, that some of the stuff I've been really hitting really hard, because I'm looking into get a different job, but also just I'm quitting my job essentially. I don't know what I'm
Yep.
going
Are
to
you
do.
going to get your real estate license?
One day maybe, just for the education,
Might as well.
not to be an agent though.
Might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Right, just for education wise. For what I'm doing right now, I want to stay fixated on what I'm learning and what I'm in, which is so. I've been doing a lot of just listening to it and learning and reading as much as I possibly can, and with that come seminars. And I've been doing. I did 6 or 7 in the last 2 weeks.
Like the Shark Tank people that come around and just do talks and stuff like that, and then like say, "Hey, buy my book."
They pretty much talk
Like
and
the
they usually
How
throw
to
it.
Get Rich seminars from those people, like the finance
Essentially, but
gurus.
more like smaller niche guys that are talking about more detail.
And it's
Okay.
kind of like I feel like digging through. Tanner could probably agree with this. Digging through the people that there are people that are like you know, get money fast, make money, get rich quick, and you have to avoid those people, and you know that obviously. It's finding the genuine seminars, but you're learning that by going through all the seminars.
Right.
You find the genuine people.
You can right, because I like all of the ones I've listened to, and I'm really glad I've listened and attended all of them. But I can still tell like who is like more genuine than the others.
Yeah,
Right.
because they'll say all you got to do is this, and then I've got a program that it's the value of it's $20,000, but I'll give it to you for $5,000. But wait, there's more, and then they do that over and
Yeah,
over.
and they're like, just buy this $20,000 this $2,500 plan, and I can help you get rich quick too.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's all about patience. The real estate game, I feel like, is all about patience
Yeah,
too.
it's just timing, patience.
And people are like, man, they want to speed up the process, and that's what gets them in trouble. But if they slow down,
So we attended a seminar online of Dilly and I. We both attended it. I just had the access to it, so I had him listen to it with me.
it's very interesting.
It was all about Airbnb arbitrage, which means that this guy has a system where he rents out houses. Instead of owning houses, he rents them out, and he Airbnbs the places he rents.
Okay.
So he doesn't live in them. He Airbnbs.
Yeah, he rents them, but he doesn't do the traditional rentals.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
he rents somebody else's house, and then
He rents somebody else's house.
Oh,
he doesn't own it.
yeah,
Oh.
Isn't that
There's the
wild?
kicker. Yeah. He doesn't buy the houses.
and the owner's
Interesting.
responsible
He
for any damage.
rents.
Well,
No, he
Airbnb,
is. No, he is.
he is.
100%.
Oh,
Or else
security
the fucking
deposit. and
owner
everything.
wouldn't fucking do that shit.
What about, I guess, normal wear like a roof and shit like that?
Yeah,
or
well,
stuff
that
and
of
take-
course. That of
Yeah.
course.
That makes sense. More
But
sense.
if fucking someone that
Puts a hole
stayed
in
in
the
the
wall.
Airbnb fucked shit up, it'd be your fucking deal.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. Like, cash flow a month is, like, fucking ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Like, upwards of $5,000 a month. Like,
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's pretty
They're-
damn fucking great.
and the
so-
risk isn't crazy too. That's the thing.
Although,
but
I listened to a seminar today,
but
and this guy was so much more genuine than that guy.
Yeah, because the Airbnb, that's kind of a high output, just slightly higher input.
So the guy that did the Airbnb way less genuine as a presenter and just how he carried himself
yeah,
than this one I listened to today of investor, strictly investor.
Right. Okay.
This guy absolutely fucking shit on Airbnb arbitrage.
yeah.
Absolutely fucking shit on it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I literally just attended that seminar.
Because it is tempting. It really is
The
tempting. And I
cash
was
flow
going
is
to talk about.
crazy, like
Right.
crazy.
That's
If you
the
can
thing.
get
It's almost
upwards of 200-300,
Yeah.
On a house?
Yeah, simple numbers.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's cash flow, baby.
Yeah. And
Passive cash flow.
It's just simple fucking.
So
numbers.
5,000 plus is fucking ridiculous, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the temptation for Airbnb arbitrage. So, but this guy said, what happens, and I will ask you this, Dilly, if you were doing it, what happens if there was a depression?
Then the Airbnb fucking
No one's traveling. No
Yeah.
one's getting Airbnbs.
Nobody's doing it.
nobody's doing it, and then you're stuck paying rent.
Negative, like 2,000 to 3,000 cash flow.
So
right
it could go bad fast,
Yeah.
there. Fast.
very fast. Yeah,
But if you own
you don't have that.
and rent out single family homes that are
Everyone has
at
to
like
have somewhere to live.
250, a house that's $1 million might go down to like 400, right, in a depression, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But a house that's 300 can only go down to like 250, 200 max,
There's
Yeah.
of course, a base.
right? Because there's a
Yep.
ground. That's why you buy single family,
Yeah.
and that is why it's the greatest investment.
It's like the U.S. bond
world.
of real estate.
Yeah,
So, correct. So
Close to no risk, pretty good reward.
I'm
but
gonna
not
explain how this guy is just ridiculous on how he gets his returns.
was this? We can say his name.
Yeah, that's Nugent.
Is that how you say his last name?
Nguyen?
I think it's Nguyen.
crazy. Okay.
Nguyen.
Anyway.
It might be Nguyen.
Anyway.
Follow him on Instagram.
He's from
That guy's-
Vietnam. Legend came here with
Awesome guy.
$100 at 8 years old,
Yep,
and now he has almost 200,000 monthly passive cash flow.
it's crazy. Anyways,
So, this is what he does in this day and age. So there's this thing called. I'm trying to.
is it Burr?
No. Well,
Let's
that's
talk
that's
about
what the whole thing is called. It's called the Burr system. But that's a whole fucking category. He just shows how he does some of his burrs.
Oh yeah,
How he does it It's a thing called it's ADA and I think it's like
Fuck, I'm trying to remember
no.
anything.
It's from the seminar. I wrote it down, but essentially, it's a fucking I'm spacing off.
We're just gonna move past it.
Is it like a rehab thing, like houses?
We're just gonna move past it.
It's an additional dwelling. It's somewhere you can put what it is you can put a construction on a lot you already have, additional to the house.
Interesting.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean by that?
Like build another house on the same lot,
A small one, yes.
and that's
Yeah.
considered another home on. Okay, what's the benefit?
Correct.
What's the benefit of that?
I'll tell you what it is. So I'll
Curious.
just tell you a deal that he did, and they're starting to do this in cities that don't have enough places to live versus people, and it's most cities.
Oh, okay.
Boise's one of them. I haven't looked into it if they do that yet, so can't quote me on that yet. But all I'm saying is Boise is a city where there's way less fucking houses than people.
Oh yeah.
That's why they can ask whatever the fuck they want.
Correct. This is why the city is doing this, where they're allowing people to build more places, dwellings on the lots they already have a house on.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Yep.
what does this mean?
That means
He
you literally
buys-
just double.
He buys a shitty fucking place. So he bought this one in Seattle. It was this house was a dump,
Crap.
but it's downtown Seattle, so it sold for $600,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing was a dump. Like,
yeah.
Dump. Like, fucking, you couldn't even see the house. The fucking overgrown. It was so bad.
Shit. Yeah.
Somehow sold for over $500,000 because it's
Mhm.
downtown. Right.
Right.
So he bought it for like $550, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
So he buys it for $550, and then he renovates the whole house, like the whole fucking thing. He like treats it as a flip, okay?
Let's say he
But he
did.
does private. He does a private loan. He doesn't go through the bank or the city,
Yeah,
okay?
it goes through a rich guy.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I see.
Right. So he does a private loan, and that person or company pays for the down payment, the whole house pays for the whole $550, and
Yeah.
then pays for the $150 he spent on restoration. Okay,
Wow.
that's $700, right? So he has a $700,000 loan with this guy.
Yep.
Well, he fixes the whole fucking place. Then he, appraises the property after he does all the restoration, flips, if you will,
Yeah.
without selling. He's not selling the property. Then it gets appraised for like 1.1 million.
Crazy. And he's probably put
Bought
like
it for 5.5.
Yeah.
Now it's 1.1, right?
he could have put like 20,000, maybe more, 20.
Yep.
No,
Anyway.
he put 150 into it.
Okay, 150.
anyway.
So then he's 700 in, but it's
Yep.
1.1. So he could walk with 400, quote
Yeah.
unquote, after taxes, before taxes, all that.
Yeah.
400 profit.
Yeah.
He doesn't sell though. Then he
Mm.
gets a fucking loan from the city and the bank for that 1.1 million. So he gets that 1.1 million without selling it.
Like he uses his house as
He just gets
collateral?
that money. He just gets
Is that what
starts
it
a new loan
It's
for
like
the
a
house.
double mortgage.
He gets, and then
interesting.
he pays that other fucking company and that private investor that $700,000 with that money. So then he's just sitting on the fucking property with the loan and with the fucking now $1.1 million house. Now step 2. Step 2, he builds 2 extra dwellings builds 2 extra dwellings on the lot.
Which is just homes, just small
Small
homes
1,000 square foot homes.
on the lot. Okay. Whoa.
Then you build them just like how the new nice house is, right? And then so now there's 3 places on that fucking lot. He got it fucking appraised
Oh.
for $2.6 million.
Oh my god.
Started at $550, now it appraises for $2.6. He
And of
could
course,
make over $1 million.
so he probably put, of
Over
course,
2 million, actually.
he could have put obviously some money into it, but to make those 2 more houses, but
No,
not,
he's in
not a million.
he's in probably like 1.5.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
spent 1.5 on it,
So he's making.
but
a
he
lot.
could make $1 million on this.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Which, yeah.
And if you rent him out, if you had to,
No,
Or-
he's renting them out during the whole process.
that's so.
He says
crazy.
don't sell. You can sell it and make $1 million, but don't sell.
But why do that? Because you can always sell and make that $1 million. So why not sell and make $1 million
'Cause he went through it-
after you made
Right.
$700,000?
Well, he went through a 10-year
off of
process.
rentals?
And he said he was making like
Yep.
over like $15,000 a year
Yeah.
on just renting it out.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's one. That's not one
And
place,
just
but one
but
property.
Essentially one. Essentially it's one. He bought it as one
Yeah.
property.
Wow.
So,
That's a hack. Right
but if
there.
you sold it 10 years down the line, you'd make over $4 million.
Crazy.
Yeah. See, so
That's the burr.
yeah, because everything's gonna cost more in the future. So like everything that he's doing is like super simplistic. But the thing about it is people are lazy and they don't want to continue on with a project. They
Yep.
like people like to have a finish line, and once they get to that finish line, they want to be done with the race and
quit.
never think of it again.
You're right. That's
So,
right.
like,
Yep.
Most of the time, the finish line is renovate that house,
Right.
sell it for 1.1 million. So he's just constantly changing. He's moving the goalposts every single moment.
He forces value is what he calls it.
Yeah.
He's forcing value to grow in the
Yeah.
property. Not just from
Yeah.
appreciation, but from building more.
Yeah.
He
Crazy.
says if you buy a 2-bed, 1-bathroom house, you gotta fucking make it a 4-bed, 2-bath before you fucking sell.
Yeah,
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
see. Expand it.
Mm-hmm.
because assets are the most valuable thing, and so like a 3-bed is gonna pull more than a 2-bed because there's an added asset to that house, another bedroom.
Yep.
So what he's literally doing is just saying, I'm gonna multiply my assets because it's cheaper to make an asset and whatnot
Yeah. I
than
see.
what it costs to buy
Well, yeah,
an asset.
because
Yeah.
say you buy a house for
It's guaranteed.
300 and you add another bed and bath to it, that costs you like 50 grand.
You're
The
gonna
value
sell
of
it
the
for
house
an
is
But
extra
the value
100.
goes for 150 plus
Yeah.
over what you bought
Crazy.
it for.
Yeah, you're always gonna spend less on adding assets than you would ever than whatever it's gonna be valued at. Like
Just to buy it out. Yeah.
you're always gonna make money off of
Just because
adding
it's,
assets.
it's
But
work.
people are get lazy and they're like, no, I renovated the house. It's been here I've dealt with it for 5 years. I want to just move on. I've reached my finish line.
Crazy.
So yeah, like it's super common right now. Like I have a family friend that did this. They made retarded bank, and it's common a lot, and it's destroying a lot of towns. Sadly, like
yeah.
Franktown and
Yeah.
Elizabeth is kind of this way, where a lot of people, like Tanner's parents were one of them, had like a 35-acre plot or like a 40-acre plot
Yeah.
right next to a super popular up and coming. Everyone wants to move. Every like brand new family wants to move their town, like Parker, Colorado. They're just right outside of it. They're basically in Parker, but they're not, and whatnot. They have this
Yep.
35-acre plot. Almost everybody that wants to be in the woods, wants the outdoors and this and that, are actually content with like 5 acres. They don't need 35 acres. They don't need something where they need golf carts to go around and they need to like clean up all of the forestry, like all the dead pine needles and everything else like that.
Yeah.
They're content with 5 acres.
It's true.
So what do? They like all these people that have had 35-acre plots for like the last 17 years or something like that, take a 15-acre, cut it up into pieces. They have a 15-acre lot that will have the main house that they used to live in and
Right.
put a barn on it. So now they multiplied their assets, and then they just sell out the other 5 lots. They don't even do all the other lots. They don't
Wow,
do
yeah.
anything to all the other ones, all other 15 acres. They just sell it
How crazy
as
is that?
a 3 more plots.
I mean,
So they
it's
sell it
super
as
smart if
4
you have
plots
it.
essentially. So they basically sell the 15-acre plot for 150 grand more than what they bought the whole 35 acres for, because now it's a house and a barn.
That's crazy.
And
yeah.
then so now they're already 150 grand up, and now all of those 5-acre plots, because they're in prime construction real estate right now,
yeah.
they'll sell each plot. They literally did nothing. It's just dirt and trees,
Yeah.
and they're selling them for 120 grand a plot. So now they're making 120 grand 3 times over, and then 150 grand profit on the house.
Unbelievable. It's
A
unbelievable.
shit ton of people are doing that, but then it's also destroying places like Franktown and Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Colorado, and Kiowa, because now this beautiful small town that was just like expansive and everyone had all this space and everything is now starting to grow on top of each other, just like a regular suburban town.
It's true.
I will say, in Franktown, behind our house before my parents sold it, there was a whole neighborhood going up. They had the asphalt was down,
Yeah.
and everything, and they had one house that they started building,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a pool. They started to build this pool that was raised,
Yeah.
and we found out later on by our neighbors that still live there that it was like a gravity pool. It's like one of those,
Damn.
the ones that fancy, but it was
God damn.
overlooking the whole field behind our house and our backyard.
Yeah.
And I'll see if we could find maybe the neighborhood online, but it looked insane. The houses looked absolutely
Yeah,
massive.
it's
couple
insane.
mil, maybe
Yeah,
mil.
but so
But
it's
no,
like
a couple.
it's sad to see
Yeah,
those towns turn
crazy.
into that because we loved those like small like
I missed that. Yeah.
super spacious towns like that where they
Just
weren't
grateful
even
to
a
be-
town. It was just a collection of homes.
We were there in the last.
Yeah,
you know,
the
good
last
bit
breath
of
of
it.
it.
We're in the best part for
Yeah.
sure, which is so
But
Yeah.
awesome.
but like, can you honestly blame them either? Because like
Yeah.
what I was just saying, like 150 grand profit. That's as if that's the same. A dollar was the same value as when they bought the house. Really, they're making way more because 17 years ago, a dollar got you so much more. So
Yeah.
now it's like really they're making probably the $120,000 per 5 acre lot is real. So 120 times 3, that's 360,000. So you're already 360,000 up on just dirt.
How
You're
crazy.
$360,000, and then a 5 acre lot or like a 15 acre lot with a nice ass house like what Dilly or Tanner grew up in, plus a barn, which both of you guys
Yeah.
had.
Crazy.
5 acre lot with barn and house like that, you're probably selling that for over $1 million.
Yep.
So and over $1 million and your parents probably bought that for like $450.
Yeah, I was about to say my parents bought theirs.
$450. So yeah.
around there,
So now you're looking at $1 million profit for something you haven't even dealt with for 15 years. Like you haven't done shit to that land for 15 years, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, do you want to make over $1 million profit?"
They're like, what?
And they're like,
Yes. Yeah.
"You're giving me $1 million profit to do nothing?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
the thing.
Like how many people would
And
turn
that's
that
real
down?
estate, baby.
It's
How many
real
people
estate.
would turn that
It's-
down?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Not a lot of people would turn it down. I mean, and they kept saying, in Franktown, they're like, oh, because there's an aquifer for water and stuff, like,
Right. Yeah.
and they're worried about people sucking up all the water. And
Oh, it's going to
everything.
happen. Colorado's
yeah.
already going through major droughtage where they're just like, the people can't, there's not enough water.
I do think it's going to be an issue, but
That
like,
place wasn't
of course.
designed to manage
But-
that much living existence.
Definitely not.
yeah. But I think, of course, like Tanner was saying, real estate, and like you're saying, who would say no to that? And it's
Yeah.
just, it's sad, but it is about money.
Yeah, it's
definitely
about money. Like, we love those towns,
It
but like,
runs.
if someone comes up to me and says, "Would you like to make over $1 million profit by doing nothing?"
It's hard to say no.
All it's going to cost you is this town that you've been living in and you love so much. It's going to change because
Yep.
of it. It will change,
It will.
guaranteed.
And whether you do anything or not, it will.
Yeah. It's going to
Yeah.
change because even if you say no and you still have your 35 acres, most of the people in that town will say yes.
It's true.
I know in Elizabeth they started to push out there, and I
Yeah.
saw some houses and stuff being built out there.
Right.
So I know that highway 80,
Yeah.
86,
Yeah.
all that 2-lane road going to Franktown from our high school. I remember that was packed
Yeah.
before I left.
Yeah,
And
but like rural
oh.
land like that's like just those small towns like that like Franktown and Elizabeth, Colorado are just great examples of that. Cause
were
like,
you were just in Parker? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So you saw it. Oh, what's new there?
it's just
My God.
everything's always new in Parker. It sucks.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
City
Place
now.
went down.
Considered
Yeah.
a city, I think.
It's a city. It's not a town. But yeah, like
Crazy.
it's just those things that are crazy. So, moving on because we've been talking for an hour and
What
a
are
half.
we at on time, actually?
Yeah,
We're
probably.
over an hour and a half just by a couple of minutes.
Probably.
So we'll do some reading materials. So
Update
Dilly.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Dilly, what you been reading?
Real quick, I've been reading the Cash Flow Quadrant. All
By
Which is-
Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert
Kiyosaki.
Which is also
What's
I've
that
been-
about?
I've
What
been
what's he
reading it
talking
as
about?
well.
It's
Oh, you're reading it too, Tanner?
It's one of the
Yep.
2 books I'm reading.
Okay.
Right now.
it's
Nice.
pretty much it's like the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, but he goes into how it's kind of a powerful book because it's not just about money. It's like
Is he actually doing the like step by step, like kind of like here's some of the ins and outs, or is it still
Is
more mindset stuff?
More mindset. stuff.
it's more mindset stuff, which helps me
Mhm.
out because it depends where you're at. If you're already past that, some people are past that, you're good. But
Right.
But
it's
he just knows where to cater to, right?
yeah.
That's why
It's-
he's not a best writing author. He's a best selling, right?
Yeah,
And
right,
it's
right, right,
because
right.
he knows that most people don't got it up here,
And-
Right.
between the ears.
And I think the big thing.
That's why he writes these books like that.
Yeah, I think exactly. Yeah, and I think the big thing is how he advertises his books, or when you're reading it, it's like you think to yourself, or at least I think, I'm like, I don't know if I could do this, but he takes that completely out of your mind. It's like,
It's true.
I just like, I don't know, you hesitate. What makes me think I could do this? And then he just lays everything out, and it's very repetitive, which definitely Rich Dad Poor Dad was repetitive. But he lays it out, and he explains how it is so possible and how easy, not easy, but simple it is if you just get your mind out of the gutter of
Or just educate yourself. And
educate yourself.
if you can do that to a high level, it really is simple.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Anything's complicated if you let it to be.
Right.
And a big thing that I've actually, since reading just Rich Dad Poor Dad, also read a Grant Cardone book, is be obsessed or be average, and that was another really good one. I'll explain that in a second. But and then this book is the money doesn't freak me out as much as it did. Like you think
It's getting you more comfortable with the idea of like
more comfortable. Yeah,
spending big dollars to make big dollars.
exactly. And like if I had, like I've been thinking recently too, I do want to buy like metal, gold, or like silver, but silver is probably more,
Yeah.
that could be used in currency.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So I'm thinking, let's say me before I read these books, I'd be like, spend $1,000 on metal. What the fuck?
Something that's gonna sit underneath my bed, hiding
Yeah.
for 15 years just to get $200
Yeah,
profit, maybe.
you're like, no way. But
Yeah.
now I'm like,
But now you're like, no, because it could be more than $200.
yeah, exactly. And instead of being afraid of the money up front, you realize what
Yeah.
potential it has and everything.
Yeah.
So, Be Obsessed or Be Average is a mindset book also.
Nice. Tanner,
But,
your
yeah.
books?
So, yeah, I finished, I've talked about it a little bit, but The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. Fantastic book. Definitely recommend. That's the book you're looking for, I think.
Which
that's-
one?
That's
The
the one.
Millionaire Real Estate Investor.
If you're
That's
past
the book.
mindset.
I
Yeah.
mean, it is fucking. It's definitely a little mindset, just 'cause
It
they all
has to
got
be.
it has
It's
to be.
always going to be.
Right. But there's so many charts. It's something that you gotta just physically read,
Okay.
'cause there's so much detailed charts. I mean, when it comes to like buying and like it goes into like flipping and then holding, like buy and hold, buy and sell.
Yeah.
It goes through both of those, and then the buy and sell goes through all the fucking expenses, goes through all the profits, and I mean, big charts of a lot of shit.
Right.
A lot of definitions and all that shit. So it's really good for if you're trying to make that next step into learning about it. So that's good. I'm also reading Cash Flow Quadrant. I just hit chapter 3 today. So
Nice.
I'm on that.
Great
so
book.
I like it just 'cause I really look up to Robert Kiyosaki.
And the way he speaks in his books is like different. I don't know. I think it's
Mhm.
kind
It's just his own way, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I just like reading his books. It's a continuation of one of my favorite books, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I'm past the mindset thing. I'm very much in the information part of my learning.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
it's more refreshing. I already know all this stuff you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still good to read. I
It's
like
good.
his
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like
Yeah.
So one of those
Nice.
I just have to read.
Yeah.
Also around the same lines is we've been playing that cash flow game.
Oh,
Rat
man.
Race.
yeah, we
The
got
board game.
Okay.
We got to
love
play that.
You
We
love
played it for 8 hours on last Sunday.
Fucking crazy. We got
8 hours.
sucked in, and it was crazy. Tanner had what, a million? You had how many millions? You
I had $1 million monthly cash flow at the end.
That's
But you
crazy.
were fighting for that first 1,000 cash flow for so
And-
fucking long.
And it is based off, for people that are listening, of course, the cash flow game by Robert Kiyosaki, or the Rich Dad Company, whatever you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because it gives you a job, you get a card, and you can have a shit job, and it
I
shows
was
you
a teacher.
a teacher. It shows you how to have, when you have no money, how to
Right.
create money, and it is so realistic. It's so doable that you really
So
want
it's a really good lesson builder.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you can bring it to the real world so easy.
Nice.
I think
So-
it'd be for one day.
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean, he talked about
podcast,
that in his book. So
It'd be so fucking sick to play this on the fucking
Oh, yeah.
pod, honestly.
I think you
Okay.
really
We'd
like
have
it.
to master it first, though. So
Yeah.
we'd have to play a good handful of times first, 'cause
Right.
it's complicated. It
Yeah.
ain't simple board game.
right,
It's
right,
not,
right,
but
right.
it's cool
A lot of
because
pain.
then
But it's teaching us
Yeah.
a lot. Dilly still hasn't gotten out of the rat race in it, but
yeah, it's taking
the
a
few
bit.
times we played. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's super fun, so we'll have to play that.
Fair
But
enough.
I don't know if you want to wrap it up with something you're reading. Or
Yeah, so I'll just wrap it up with mine. So so right now I'm still audiobooking it up because I still like audiobooks. I still think they're good things.
That's good.
And I do too, but I think the books that I'm reading, there's just so much.
Yeah, certain ones you need to
There's
have.
so much visual.
Yeah, certain things you need to have them. So right now I'm listening to Millionaire Next Door
Nice.
Uh,
Heard about it. Yep.
So you haven't? Neither one of you read that one?
No,
I'm not.
I've heard a lot about the book. I've heard a good couple handful of people talk about it.
Yeah. So that one's a really good. It's a good one, but it's a dangerous one too.
Really?
So it's like dangerous for someone like Dilly, I would
Oh,
say.
Okay.
But it's a really good one for someone that's already down the path. So like Tanner, it would be a really good one, and sort of me
Right.
as well.
Is it?
So it's a mindset book per se, but it's also, I would say it's almost more as explaining a self-made rule book.
Okay.
Interesting.
So what it's basically doing is like, it was a giant study that these PhD people did, a couple of PhD, amongst like thousands and thousands and thousands of millionaires back in the year 2000. So like the dollar numbers, like they have this like equation to say like at this age, if you are financially frugal, you should have this much money. If you're
Okay.
financially deficient, you're probably less than this money.
Okay.
But so like obviously with inflation over the past 22 years since it's been published,
Right.
it's a little bit different.
Of course.
But it's you still get the gist of it.
Same with the books that we've been reading.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same rules
Yeah.
and studies apply,
Yeah.
but the numbers.
So the
obviously
equation doesn't
different.
add up, but basically what it does is it's talking about like you think like how like every millionaire is spending like $8,000 on suits and has the Maserati and is doing this and has 26 homes and has this and blah 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 and blah, 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 blah. And like they're basically talking about like how you can be making $400,000 a year and still be in the rat race
It's facts.
if you're not doing anything
It's facts.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And most of the America could be millionaires, but instead they're making $400,000 a year in a rat race.
Yep.
Right.
So
Something that I think about a lot because I've found out what my true dream is,
mm-hmm.
and it's to do whatever I want every fucking second of every fucking day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, which is great.
Live your
That's
life.
awesome.
There's a way to do it.
Yeah, so like he talks about like there was this like he never uses actual names or anything like
course.
that, but he talks about how like one person's like talks about like he's always happy. He has a vacation home, he has a boat, he has an RV, he has a family of 5.
Okay.
All 3 of the kids have college paid for, guaranteed all the way through their masters. They have this big fancy house. They live in a wonderful gated community, this and that.
Right.
Like he has a dream life and he does whatever he wants. But he wouldn't survive past 2 years without his income because he always just spends it.
Yeah, he doesn't have
He
any.
does
That's
everything he wants and he's
Poor
happy,
people.
but he doesn't have anything to survive past 2 years,
That's what.
which is financially deficient.
Right.
Yep.
It's not frugal.
That's something that Robert talks about a lot in this
I was
next
about
book.
to say that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The definition of wealth is how long you can last with the
Yeah,
money
they
you
said
have.
10
Yeah.
years. If you can survive 10 years, you're frugal.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a really good thing because they talk about like what the millionaires do. Like 44% of millionaires
Right.
still change their own oil in their cars. And
Yeah.
then stuff like this, that, the other thing.
It's
And
huge.
whatever. So that's why I'm saying it's a really good, like, keeps you on the straight and narrow, sets you up with a rule book per se
I like it.
for someone that has liquid, like financially, like they can just pull some money out of their bank account and do whatever they want on a daily basis kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Like maybe not buy a car or anything, but like Tanner can like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go get Uber Eats and spend $35 doing that instead of $10 and go do it myself
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep.
So it's like a good to keep it on the straight and narrow for those type of people, but it's dangerous, I say, for people like you, Dilly, where you legitimately do have a history of you use the dollar signs and the excuse of I need to save my money to not spend money. It's
I do have a
dangerous
history of
because
that.
that support it. You can twist it to where it supports the idea of never spending money.
Well, yeah,
Because that's what the rich people do.
and I think right now it's crazy looking me from like 3 years ago. I wouldn't spend shit. I always believe
Mhm.
save money, save money, save money, just like my parents taught me, which is great. But
Yeah.
the problem was, like now my mindset, which I'm still working on, is letting money go, realizing you can make it again. You get a
Right.
paycheck, you get it back. I mean, you just have to put it in the right direction, invest it somewhere.
Right.
If it sits, it does nothing. When I
Yeah,
figured
like
that
one of the
out.
biggest things they talked about was like, because like I'm huge into stocks. I like watching stocks. I
Yep.
like watching the stock market.
You showed me stocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stocks. I'm big on stocks.
Big stock guy.
I like stocks. And one of the things, like, instantly when I got in stocks, and this book kind of like wrote me straight. Like, I didn't do a lot of day trading at all because I know you get taxed out the ass
Yeah, I tried to
when
do that.
you do day trading
Yeah.
and whatnot. And he was like, over 50% of all millionaires will hold on to the majority of all their stocks for over a year.
Yep.
And then like 45% or 40, somewhere in the 40s or high 30% will hold on to their stocks for over 5 years. And only
Yeah.
like 10% or less will ever sell their stocks within less than 6 months of buying it. And it's
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
that's what
Hold
I
on to it.
need to hear. Like,
It's true.
the success stories aren't the ones that are doing this get rich quick. Don't do this day trading. Don't do this what you see on TV, how
Just
you
patient.
get quick.
Just got to know the proven principles of
Yeah.
what other people have done. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, almost everything has been done before,
Yeah.
if not everything. So you just got to follow what everybody
Yeah.
else has
So
done.
this is what
Yeah.
that whole book is
Follow the
basically
steps,
just
stick to it.
is just like a review of a giant study done by thousands of
That's cool.
millionaires and what they do in their daily lives.
And it's I'm assuming it sounds like it's all just patience. I mean, patience number one.
Patience,
Taking.
understanding, and self-confidence. Like, a huge thing
Yeah.
is self-confidence. Like, people are like, I don't need to impress the whole world with a $6,000 suit. I need to impress myself, and a $300 suit will do that just as well.
Yep. Yep. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people don't realize millionaires probably don't really spend a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, recklessly. They're
Yeah,
millionaires.
he
invest
talked
it.
about that for a while. He was like, every millionaire is frugal, but also almost every single millionaire also has a wife or a husband that is more penny pinching per se
Yeah.
than the millionaire themselves.
Yep.
So, like, if I'm making $600,000, my wife, and I want to spend money, my wife tells me to not spend money more than I tell myself to not spend money.
Yep. That's awesome. All right.
It's true. That's definitely something I'll have to stack up. I got like a fucking fat stack of books, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Heck
It's
yeah.
good to
Into
read
it.
more. It's good to learn more. But you guys need to expand your horizons past just the
True. And I would agree. I'm just
finances.
so single. Like, I focus on the one thing so hard. So
Fair enough.
Which I think that's how you master stuff. So
Yeah.
All
right. I think that's a good time to cut it off.
Yep.
We crushed
Cut
it.
it off.
Besides, I'm looking the laptop awoken since when it died halfway through the episode, but it looks like it saved half. So
That's
I might
good.
be able to put not the. I'm not gonna put the whole thing. We're gonna do mainly in audio,
We might just use clips.
but I'll do clips.
We'll probably just
if
put
it
the
worked.
audio out for full and then just do clips
That's
of what
I'm
we
thinking.
can clip.
That's what I'm thinking.
All
But
right.
next
Sounds
week,
good.
Next week, full.
next week video.
Next week, it's the whole gambit.
A little testing,
Yep.
but a good start to the season 2. So
Yes,
There we
sir.
go.
good. Episode 51. We were just hauling through this shit. I mean, once we get a little bit of fucking juice around this
A
fucking
big
thing,
cock
we
energy.
might have to go two a week. You know what I
Slap.
mean?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows? One day. But yes, thanks for listening. So send it to all your fucking mothers, the grandmothers, and your fucking sister that has a double fucking sister. Male's getting called by his fucking sister. So let us know how you're fucking doing. Hit us up on the fucking Instagram. Follow us. Like I said, we have the YouTube now. We got 4 subs. We're popping off.
Boom.
Give us a sub.
Yep.
Give us a like on the videos. I'm making the clips. I got a little bit of time, so I'm editing. I'm doing all that shit, and we're fucking grinding on this podcast now. So thanks to all the support on the first season. Really excited about the next season.
Yep.
Sign us off, Dilly. Give us a cowabunga.
Kalabanga banga balam balam banga bam. All right.
See you
Over and
next
out.
week. Later, you guys.
Later.